What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Before we begin, I am proud to announce that we got our first ever sponsorship for the podcast, and we can finally almost send dude to college. Have you ever wondered how I get this amazing hairstyle? It is by exclusively using products from our friends at Blue Mon. They just came out with this brand new hydrating shampoo and conditioner. I use this every day when I'm butt naked in the shower, and you can too. Amazing stuff. And then to style, the ones that I like to use are their Ascend Volume Cream. I use this as a pre-styler. This has built-in heat protectant. It is gonna shield your hair from the evil hair dryer that wants to kill your hair and just use this as a pre-styler. It's amazing, okay? And then the product that I like to use is the Fifth Sample Pomade. This has a low shine, high hold. I love it. I use it every single day. I know you guys will too. If you wanna check them out, click the link in the description and you can save 10% on anything on the website by using code SOUR. Now, enjoy the episode. What do you do? Who are you?
I was a loser and I still am.
Really?
Yeah!
I can see it.
I'm so hard on myself that it's kind of like destructive.
You sound like a fucking nerd, bro.
I've never been told that!
Did you take some ayahuasca, dude?
Yeah!
Why do you think your videos have the success that they do? Like, what motivates you the most in life?
Boobies!
What does like an AdSense month look like for you?
$20 a month or some shit like that. Like,
You're fucking crushing it, bro.
don't say that to me.
What?
What am I doing? I have a child and he's not doing well. We're selling it. We're getting rid of it. You wanna buy it? Let me know. Toss them!
All right, welcome back to Don't Be Sour, the most prestigious podcast in the world. This is big number 11 on the episode with none other than Jesse James West, the man who has the Guinness Book of World Records for most thumbnail and title changes on YouTube history. What's up, dude?
People know? I didn't know people knew. Everyone knows.
Dude, I have a question actually.
Yes.
Before we start. Do you want to take a shot?
Oh my God, yo, you just, why did I just get so scared?
Do you want to take a shot,
What
dude?
Why would I think that's real? What is it?
It's a
Alcohol?
It's alcohol. So
Sure.
I got this gun because your name, Jesse James West.
Oh, me. Yo, I like this. I like this a lot.
You like this, dude?
Yeah, give me a shot. Give me a shot. What are we drinking?
This is probably really shitty tequila.
Which
to be
is?
honest. Oh, I have no idea. It's called Hayos de Villa.
Sounds pretty good to me.
It's gonna be good,
You
dude.
guys custom shot glasses?
Why do you why do you go by all three of your names?
You know, I just want to be a little bit more of an asshole. No, I'm kidding.
No one calls you Jesse James. They call you Jesse James West.
I know,
I'm here
it's
with
kind of
Jesse James
weird.
West.
It's like, I grew up, I played lacrosse and,
Hold on, dude. Take the shot. I don't know your life story yet.
oh yeah, okay, sorry. Go back.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
No chaser.
Gotta breathe out a little bit.
Stings the nostrils.
Oh, I'm just letting you know I'm a lightweight.
Yeah?
Oh, I feel
There's an opportunity to take another shot throughout the show. Jesse actually watches the show.
I do. This is a podcast that I listen to frequently.
So Jesse James West.
Yes. So my dad gave me that name, and my mom, I guess technically, but
I heard that's how it happens.
yeah, right. They name you. So my dad was like, you know what? That just sounds cool. Let's name him that. And then growing up through sports, I was just Jesse West in my town. Like that was my name. But people always said Jesse West.
That sounds lame.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So I don't know whether to look at the camera now. I'm like different than
You
usual.
just focus on if you want to make a specific topic to the people, you just look at that one.
Okay. Yeah, I just got to look into your gazeful eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, so my parents were like, "Oh, well, you're playing sports. We want you to be seen by different colleges. I think you should just use your full name. It sounds really good. It sounds like a movie name, you know, like whatever. They name me a cool name, hopefully. I mean, that's what they think, but
Do your parents know that they named you after a bandit?
yes. No. I would assume yes. They probably thought about it.
Did you know that I didn't know that was your real name until
Really?
I started making this podcast episode? I thought you called yourself Jesse James West because of the bandit.
No.
I didn't know that.
Legally, this is my name. It's on my license and everything, on my birth certificate. But we wanted colleges to like remember my name easier. So we were like, every time we sign you up, you're Jesse James West. When you introduce yourself to a college coach, you're Jesse James West.
There was girls in my high school, they would have multiple names and I thought it was really frustrating. Like there was a girl that her name was like, it wasn't Ann. I won't say her last name, they're on the bus,
like two names?
But it was like, it wasn't just Ann, it was Ann Harrison. I'm like,
Oh.
why do you go by your middle name? She's like, that's just what I go by. I was like, that's weird.
Interesting.
Why do you do that? I don't like that.
It must be like, I feel like parents like tell the child that like
This is how you will be raised.
Yeah, like as
you
a kid, you
know,
wouldn't know.
in my mindset, I feel like we're in this ramble before we even dive into it.
I love this though.
I've always wondered why people have middle names. Did you know Christian Guzman doesn't have a middle name?
I was doing interviews at the gym and I was asking a girl, I was like, what's your full name? And she says, oh, by the way, I don't have a middle name. And I was like, what? I was like, how? I
always thought that the middle name, the whole point of it was just like one parent would choose one and the other one was like the second guess name. And if you didn't, like as you got older, if you didn't like your first name, just go by your middle name.
Oh, wow.
Because other than that, like what's the point of the middle name?
I'm not going to lie. Growing up, I actually was like, I wanted to be named James. But then I don't know. My parents were like, just you're Jesse James, just leave it.
Anyway,
like,
Jesse James West, tell us a little bit about yourself, dude. Who are you? What do you do? If you were in an Uber coming over somewhere, Uber driver, what do you do? Who are you?
First, well, it depends. If I'm just gonna be like joking around, I'd be like, adult films.
You would joke in an Uber. You would. I do porn actually. You've heard of Ron Jeremy. You haven't
Johnny
heard of
Sins
Jesse.
is my dad. But clip that. Put it in the beginning. I would, if I'm not joking and I'm being like dead serious with them, I would definitely say I do social media. I'm like a YouTuber. That's what I say. I'm a YouTuber. I make videos, and then they always are like, "What videos do you make?" And I'm like, "That's a hard question to answer. I feel like I do a lot of different things."
Yeah.
And I'm like, fitness, entertainment, social is like like social fitness.
Like social experiments?
Sorta, yeah. I mean, like I'm always interviewing. I'm always out. I'm on the beach doing wild things, workout competitions.
Yeah.
Challenges with my girlfriend, romantic vlog, or it's kind of like a mixture between vlogs and a challenge channel.
You just live a crazy life.
Yeah.
Okay. So a content creator.
I'm a content creator, and yeah, I don't identify as like an entrepreneur just yet. I feel like I would need like an established business, like how you have like sour strips and stuff. Shout out the merch.
That's right, baby. Sourstrips.com, baby.
I love the candy.
Hey, thank you, man.
And what were you saying?
So that's interesting. The reason I asked the question is because I want to see what people like identify with, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I'm to the point I used to would say I'm a YouTuber, right? Now I would say like I own a couple businesses and I'm on social media. Whereas before I would have been like, I'm on social media and I have a clothing brand, right? And I guess my mindset has shifted, and where you're extremely content driven, which makes sense because of the success you've had and everything you're doing. So you just consider yourself like content creation is what you do.
I'm a content creator. I'm a very creative person that's always thinking about like the next thing. I'm never really like it's hard for me to be in a moment. Because I'm always just like, what can I do later? What can I do now? What can I figure out?
The mindset of a YouTuber, man.
Yeah, like my brain is just constantly like a hamster wheel.
These Instagrammers will never understand.
They'll never know.
They'll never understand.
They're just like, yo, take this, and I'm like, take like 100 photos, pick a nice one. We're like going crazy.
It's interesting about YouTube is because with there's a reason why like every YouTuber has an Instagram. Every Instagrammer, every Instagrammer or TikToker does not have a YouTube. Because YouTube is probably like the hardest platform to build.
100%.
And it's that's why I take so much pride in, that I found success in it. And I'm sure that that's the same as with you. Like you take pride in it. Like you, because it's hard to do.
Yeah. And like people, like even like family members, yes, they're older and they're like maybe like 40, 50, like aunt, uncle, right, whatever. And they'll be like talking to my mom. My mom always tells me this story, how she'll be going over family's house and they're like, oh, like what he does is that's just like so fun. And like
he makes these little videos with his camera.
What is he doing? Like, and I'm like, and my mom's like, you have no idea like what goes into it and stuff. Like,
do you understand how many girls he's interviewed, Mom?
I'm running out of women to interview.
And so we actually go. People don't know the story of Jesse and I. Sorry, Jesse James West.
Whatever you want.
Why don't you tell the people the background on us?
This is interesting, and this is kind of wild. It's like full circle how life works. But I'm kind of feeling that shot. Not gonna lie, I'm telling you, I feel everything. So I was always a fan of Max and like the whole group here in the Alpha Lane group. I still am. I watch the podcast, man, and. So I would go to like meetups or whatever, wherever you were. And then I don't know like which years are in order. And like, so I'm just gonna like say each thought that I have, which is I went to your New York pop-up and I met you.
Not only you went.
Oh no.
Oh,
what was that power?
Well, we're just going to keep it going, baby. Our first power surge on the podcast or something. I don't know, dude.
Is that camera still rolling?
You know why? Yeah, no, I think are they still rolling? Yeah, it's why there's so much energy flowing right here. It just sucked the energy out of everything. But
yes.
So when you came to the New York pop up, which was 2018,
I think 19. I had blonde hair.
Right, but in my video, I'm trying this new thing where I put clips on the video.
okay.
People yell at me that I don't put things on the screen as I'm talking about them. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put the clip on the screen right here, but you're in the video. Like you're in the intro and you're like in line waiting to meet us.
my God.
And you were like, wow. And this was before you became the YouTube
nobody.
god that you are.
Thank you. That's a very nice compliment. Thank you.
So continue.
So I go to your pop-up, I meet you, I meet Christian. I remember like vividly saying to Christian, I showed him a picture of me like shirtless, and I was like,
why?
Because I was like, I'm gonna compete.
Look at my abs.
It was the year before COVID, and I said, I'm gonna compete in your show next year, and you're gonna know my name. Jesse James West, nice to meet you. And he was just like, okay, I'll try to remember that. I'm sure he goes out one ear and the other, not intentionally, you know? But and then I DM'd you. You started Sour Strips, and you were like, people with 20K hit me up, and I had like 20K on IG. So I was like, yo, can I get some like Sour Strips? I'll like post on my story. Got it, posted it, tasted it. I was like, damn, this is good. And then I was like, yo, are you looking for like interns next summer? Like, or anything? Cause I was in college and I was like playing lacrosse in college. I just wanted like any opportunity I could. I was like, if I could move down there, there's a whole social not anarchy, but like social, like
it is kind of an anarchy.
I don't know, you know what I mean? Like there's just like a ton of social media influencers that are all striving to be the best. I just want to be around that. I'll be an intern. I'll do whatever. Like I DM'd you and you were like, oh, I'm not, but like that sounds like a good idea. I'll let you know if I end up doing that. And that was probably that was end of 2019, right before quarantine. And that was like quarantine hit, and that's when like my career started like going somewhere because I finally could like focus on it completely.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. I don't know if you were like posting less. I don't directly remember, but I
haven't been posting less for the past 10 years, man.
You are the most consistent YouTuber like I've ever seen. Like besides myself, I would say.
I'm like the guy that's just won't let it go.
You have to be like
I'm
that.
a YouTuber.
I swear.
It's like I'm a rapper that was like super popular, and now I still do the shows, but there's only about 30 people in the show now. But I'm like, I'm still here.
No, people know you, man. People know you, and you're doing big things. Like you're making impact, especially like Sour Strips now. Like that's insane, bro.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah.
So you asked to work for me.
Yes.
Essentially, like
I was like, can I work for you? Like,
you wanted an intern.
Because I know like in college you're like, oh, summers you're supposed to be interning and doing jobs, and I was like, why not work for a social media creator? Sounds like the best plan.
Where were you living at the time?
I was in New Jersey.
Okay. Yeah. That's where you're from.
I'm from New Jersey, North New Jersey. Joyzy, baby. Coffee. And that was my imitation of like Jersey Shore. But I live like North Jersey, and I'm like 50 minutes from New York City. So like there's always stuff going on, and like it's a good place to grow up. But it was definitely like I was in a town where people were so small-minded about what I was doing. Like throughout high school, like right around the time me hitting you up, like let's go back 2 years before that, I didn't even have 20K. I had like 1,000 followers, trying every possible way of growing on social media. And like kids make fun of me in high school and stuff like that. And by no means I was like not the cool kid. Like I was a cool kid. Like I dated like...
You were a loser.
Yeah, I was a loser and I still am. But like, no, like I was like an athlete that was known in the school and stuff. And like I was friendly with everybody. I didn't have any enemies or anything, but like the older kids were always like shooting me down, giving me shit for doing like Instagram, like flexing on camera. I'm sure you went through that.
The exact same thing.
And I remember like I used to watch you and hear you talk about that story, Christian's story of when he was in college and like kids would make fun of him. And I was like, I know I just gotta keep pushing. And one day like something will happen. Like I never doubted in my mind that I wouldn't be here. Like someone asked me literally today, they go, a year ago, would you believe that you're here? And I was like, hell yes.
You manifested it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Like I was
you manifest
it's going to happen.
Create.
Like one day it's gonna happen. And it did, you know, like hit you up for an internship. You denied me. So I was like, screw this guy.
I didn't deny this man. I just didn't, I've never had an intern. I still under higher than I should, right? So even back then I was even more hesitant to like bring people on, because do you want to know why? The biggest reason why I don't, back then, now it's a little different, but the reason I never brought people on, because I was like, I understood the workload that needed to go into it. And nowadays when you hire someone, like job roles just start evolving. Like you're like, I don't have enough work for this person. And then just over time, what they do evolves, and you realize there's a ton of work for this person. But back then, since I was doing everything, and then I started with Mona, and me and her were doing everything as an intern, I was like, this person's going to think I'm a loser because they're going to come in and I'm like, I got an hour of stuff for you to do. Like I don't actually have that much stuff for you to do. And what's funny is after I denied you, shot you down,
I use it as motivation.
You will never work for me. What's funny is later in our DMs, I think we were talking about something, and one of the comments you said, you're like, dude, thank God I never took that internship with you. If I'd done that, that would have been the worst career move I've ever done.
Oh my God. I'd be packing boxes and I wouldn't be doing what I want to do.
That's
right.
right.
Oh my God, wait, hold on guys. I need to point out his clipboard or whatever, or this book says Jesse James East. I love that. That's hilarious.
I write little funny names. One day I'm going to take each of these notes that I wrote for every podcast, NFTs, baby.
Oh, genius. You just told me your plan.
Bored Apes? No. It's going to be shitty pieces of paper. That's going to be the name.
Shitty papers, NFTs.
That's the project, dude.
Do you own any NFTs?
No.
Or are you into crypto?
Yeah, I like losing money. So I'm heavily into what I've learned. Do you want to know what I think about with stocks, how it is?
Surely.
Are you invested in stocks?
I have stocks. I have a financial advisor that does like all that.
Well, we're all down, right? He's like, it's fine, right?
Losing a lot of money.
I found the stock market is similar to traffic. Okay. Crypto, it's all the traffic. Okay. A lot of people think of, oh my God, like you idiot, you bought at the top, right? It's not because you bought at the top. It's because you bought it specifically, not the world, you. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been in traffic and you're in like a slow lane and then you see this lane next to you start like speeding up and you're like, God, fuck it. And then you get over in that lane and immediately the lane starts slowing down and the lane you were in starts going. And then you get back and it switches again.
Yes.
It's not because you should have gotten out of that lane. It's because you switched the lane. Like you made the traffic stop and start. That's what stocks, dude.
Yeah, okay.
You didn't buy at the top. The stock went down because you bought it. That's what I've learned.
Gosh. So when do you buy it then?
I don't fucking know, bro.
One day we'll know.
A lot of people back in the day would like to be like, yeah, dude, I invest in stocks. No one flexes by saying they invest anymore because they're like, I have no money. I have no money. But YouTube, you didn't intern for me. You started on YouTube, and I didn't know something that I want to dive a little bit into. Mm-hmm. You found your success over the past year and a half. We'll say you started this.
Big up.
Big old Nike swoosh.
Yeah.
Tilted up, man. And it's really cool to see. But for the longest time, when I saw your big success, I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing this for a long time, 10 years. And when I see this new kid coming on the scene, stealing all of the views, right? I get a little bit salty because I'm like, salty is the right word, but I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, oh, it's only because like, he started doing these like trendy things. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until I had that mindset that I went on your YouTube channel and I looked back and I had no idea. And this is where it's not that I didn't have respect for you, bro, but I gained this huge amount because I had no idea that you were hustling way before you took off.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that you've been making YouTube videos for over 6 years consistently, right? 6 years?
Dude, I've been making YouTube videos for a decade.
See, I really?
12 years old. If you look up Spartan strings,
we're not
lacrosse was my first YouTube channel. I had 10K.
Oh.
I was like the face of lacrosse for a while with my best friend. Shout out Stelios Krutis. And like that's where I learned like I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And I was making videos. I mean, like lacrosse is so small. You get like 1,000 views and you're like, wow, I'm like huge, you know? And I remember seeing people, and then once I started lifting is when I like tried to do that. And that's probably where you saw me like start is like 2016. I
never knew you had a YouTube channel before. I only like, which a lot of people probably only see you. It's kind of like, you know, everyone only sees Sour Strips now that it's blown up. Everyone, you know, only talk like that. People only maybe acknowledge your YouTube now that it's blown up, right? Yes. They don't see the effort that you put in for years.
Yeah.
So walk me through your kind of start of YouTube and what you were doing that apparently didn't work.
Okay. What I didn't work was I was doing way too niche of content. First it was lacrosse.
You were a lax bra?
I was a lax bra. I had flow.
Could you do the flip thing? Were you doing the flip thing? Like
the cradle? Yeah.
Is that the cradle?
Oh, the cradle.
Look at my small mind didn't even know what it's called, dude.
You cradle, you shoot, you score, all that stuff.
How do you catch the ball in such a small little net, dude? I would always see my friends do that.
A lot of coordination. In gym class, do you ever try it? Like when you were younger?
Hell no. I wanted to get into lacrosse because I thought that was like the cool thing to do. Yeah. It was like the cool thing. But then when I actually started like trying it, I think one time I was like, how did like y'all chuck the balls?
Yeah, people don't realize how hard it is
in this tiny little net.
Yeah, but
blows my mind.
I was making lacrosse content from 2012 to 2018, and I didn't love it.
Informative or like
I was doing reviews.
There's a nice stick. It's got a nice
I'd be like,
net.
this is a nice stick. It grips real nice. When you slide your hand up and down, it's smooth.
Okay.
Like pause. What? And then once I started working out at like 15, I worked out because of lacrosse. I was like, I'm skinny as hell. I need to weigh more and be able to go against these kids. and I started hitting the gym every single day. My best friend shows me Christian Guzman, and I'm like, I kind of like this guy, but like, I don't know, man. Like at first it's crazy. I didn't really like him as much.
What was about him you didn't like?
I was just like, he's low key. It's like how people look at me. I'm like, he's way too like optimistic, man. Like, I don't know. I just don't like that vibe.
You thought it was like almost like fake. You're like,
yeah,
there's no way he's this
like
nice.
that, which is crazy.
I didn't like Christian at first, and I talked to him about this because he didn't curse in his videos, and I was like, this guy, I say the F-bomb 80 times a day. There's no way, this man's fake. But I was like, whoa, he's just a soft-spoken, nice guy.
He knows how to present himself. And then I found like all Shawley, you, Heidi, and everybody. And I was just like, Heidi eventually. But I found all you guys, and I fell in love with like the YouTube space of fitness. And I was like, I want to do this. I think I could. I know I have good genetics. Like I'm building muscle really fast. I'm young. I see these other guys, doing well, but I can tell that they're not like working hard.
Yeah.
Like not you guys, not your group works your asses off, and I respect that, and it always motivated me. But there's like other people, I won't say names, but like they just have a good physique. They're young. They're like kind of like lean and shredded. So like they get
a pretty face. So
like
a pretty face, a good body.
They're a handsome person. So like blew up, and I was like, damn, like I wish I just had that opportunity. And obviously like that didn't come for a long time, but I kept making content. I was making like instructional videos, how to get big calves. Do you think I know how to get big calves?
Turns out I didn't even know how to get big calves.
And I was just trying all different things. And because I knew one thing I did know, I was like, I'm not going to vlog yet, because who the hell is going to watch my vlog?
Right.
Like why, they don't like me yet. They need to maybe learn from me or something. But that didn't really work that much. Like everything's been covered. You got all the science-based guys like Jeff Nippert already doing it. Jeff Cavalier already made a million how-to videos. So I was like, all right, I'll try. Lacrosse is kind of like in the way. I'm going to play D1 lacrosse at school. So it's like I'm playing lacrosse every day, lifting every other day. It's like so much going on, school, so much pressure from other stuff that I could not focus solely on social media. I mean, what 16-year-old can, like none. And then I get to like 18, 19 in college, and I go play D1 lacrosse, and I hate it. Absolutely, like literally, like hate my life. Worst point of my life. Like hit a very.
Why did it get shittier?
So I knew like going into it, like my friends would be like, "Yo, I'm so excited to go to college," and I was like, "I do not want to go." I'm going on a full ride to like basically Ivy League school
for lacrosse.
For lacrosse, yeah.
So you were good. You were like really good at lacrosse.
Yeah, I was nationally ranked. You know the vibe. Like
I was a big deal. People knew me
back in my day, high school. But I was a good player, and like because I took it very serious, I trained it really hard. Yeah. It's where like that relentless mindset came from, like sports. And I got there and was just like getting funneled into like less and less of what I wanted to do was like bodybuilding and social media. Like they were like the coaches were like, you need to stop this, and I'm like, what the hell?
It's a distraction.
Yeah, it's a distraction. You need to be focused on school and lacrosse. That's all you should be focused on. And I'm like, you don't even make money from lacrosse like after college. Like, what's the point of this? Like, it's
I'm
not
making
money.
$20 a month on AdSense, baby. Like I'm racking in the YouTube views.
I'm thinking that way. But what's crazy is like you can't even back then when I was in college, you were not allowed to make money on your name.
Okay,
it's like
it's a whole thing.
It's like a whole thing. There's like an NIL for all you athletes out there. Blah blah. Anyways.
Now you can.
Okay. Thank God. It was ridiculous. You weren't allowed to make money on your name. I was like, it's my name. What do you mean? Yeah. Like I'll leave you out. But I do that, and I start getting rewarded with some views here and there when I could pump out a video once a month, let's say, but it's all lacrosse views, and I'm building my career in like this way, and I know when I graduate, I'm not even going to do that, And then so I ended up transferring to a D3 school. That was a whole crazy part. Maybe we'll get into that more, but like. I hit a low as I can say fuck.
You could, dude, say all the bad words, dude.
Fuck, shit, bitch. I'll leave it there. I don't want to say anything bad. Okay. But yeah, no, I hit a very low point in my life, like full on depression. Like it's crazy. People have no idea that like I can be sad. Yeah, I can be fucking sad.
I know.
Like
people look at like upbeat people and they're like, be happy, dance, monkey.
I know. like I have my hard days. I'm sure like everyone does. We're all human. And like I feel like I should talk about this. So like I get very, very dark and depressed. Like practically like in a month or two, like I'd want to be like no longer alive type shit. Like I was calling my mom, and I'm like, I know my mom, thank God for my mom. And she was always very smart in telling me when I was growing up, like it's never that bad.
Yeah.
Like no matter how bad, it's never that bad to end things or anything. Not that I wanted to, but like I was like, damn, like if I continue to go to this school, like I don't even want to be alive.
So the low that you were at, I can't even relate to like that mindset, that thought. But like, so try to explain to me a little bit more about like what made you get to this depression.
Okay.
Because I get, and maybe you don't know the direction of like the sports, and you went to change schools to a lower tier lacrosse school, or whatever.
I can explain that. So I'm playing D1. It's top level lacrosse. That school treats everything like military. I don't want to play lacrosse anymore at all. I want to do social media. I want to pursue bodybuilding. I look up to these people, and I know I can do it.
What year is this?
This is 2018.
Okay.
And I know know for a fact it will happen one day. Like if you ask me now, hey, do you think you're supposed to be here? Would you ever believe that back then? I'd be like, back then I'd be saying yes, before any like sort of following. And at that point, it's like I'm not good when someone's funneling me in a direction that I don't want to be. Like I shut down. I get very depressed, so much anxiety, and like I just can't handle it. Yeah. Like I'm a very free-spirited person, and I have to be doing what I want, not in like a narcissistic way, but like in a free spirit. Like I want to be doing what makes me happy. What made me happy was the gym. It was the only thing. I would go to the gym after 4 hours of practice just because it was the only thing that brought me happiness. And I was like, I feel home here. I feel good. It's what I want to be doing. And I'd be posting on Instagram every single day, regardless of how I felt. I felt like shit. Didn't want to be like.
You were die hard about the social media.
I was so gung ho about it. I needed it.
People need to know me.
Yeah, something that made me want the attention. But so I hit that low, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I was on like a $60,000 a year scholarship,
right?
Like free college for tuition. And
even when you switched to colleges, like
you can't get scholarships like that in D3.
Okay.
So when right now I'm in this conversation, I'm at the D1 school.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Hate my life. Don't want to be alive, basically. And I call my mom. My mom's like, you need to you're a man, make a decision. And I was like, she's like, do you want to do this or no? And I was like, no, I'm done. And she's like, call the coach right now. Tell him you're done. I call him. I tell him done. They're all like trying to talk me out of it. They're like, oh, you're going to be a starter next year. Like, you're going to be like, you have an amazing career ahead of you. And I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel terrible. I know I'm going to continue to feel terrible. I tried to get through this. I'm done. Sign this paper and release me as the athlete I am. And then I transferred to a D3 school, lower tier. They're by law, by regulation, they're not allowed to like practice you as much. Like there's so many hours per week.
Did they make you change schools? Or
No, I chose. Oh, well, I mean, I would have had to pay full tuition of $60K a year, and my parents were like, "You're transferring that."
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah,
I was only going there because I had a scholarship.
Right.
So I go to like basically like a community college, and I have this like huge, like massive lift, like immediately after switching schools, like during that like winter break, it was like around Christmas. Swear to God, I was like the most spiritual person at the time. Like it's like Connor Murphy shit. I love you, Connor. But like I was like experiencing, like it's so hard to explain. People probably think I'm fucking crazy about this, but like I literally felt like, as weird as this term is, but like I literally felt like enlightened. Like there was like this like.
Did you take some ayahuasca, dude?
No, I didn't. And like I know it sounds fucking crazy. But like
I said I'm not crazy.
I swear I'm not. But like no, like I really like truly it was inner peace. That's what it was.
Right.
And I found inner peace within myself that I need to do what makes me happy, whether it's even if it makes me no money.
Yeah.
I'd rather be homeless doing what I'm happy with than getting this money for scholarship doing what I hate.
So you like it was like you're almost like trapped in this prison of like I'm really good at this thing that I don't like doing, that in my head other things aren't working out for me, so I feel like I have to do this thing, and everyone's telling me I'm dumb if I don't do this thing, but I don't want to do it even though I will do well at it.
Yeah, that was the hardest part, is because I was good. Yeah. So like leaving that, they were like, "You're fucking crazy." I sound like the stepbrothers. "You fucking crazy, brother," or whatever he said. But yeah, so like I transfer, and I was like, all right, I have more time. I can focus on social media. I was starting to post like once a week, and it was like I was enjoying it. You know, like I finally get to do what I want to do to a degree, and then COVID hits, and like all of our lives change. We know this. I'm sure you've heard a million stories about it. Everyone's life flips upside down. And I'm like, low key, I'm like, all right, this is my chance. Like I don't have lacrosse. I don't have school to abide by. I can finally actually try fitness influencing, whatever you want to call it, full time. Like in my parents' basement, basically. Got a home gym, and like it's like the iconic Jesse James gym in the basement. And
it's iconic?
I like to say so. I built that thing. And but yeah, I started making videos, and I'm like, I edit all myself. I film all myself. My mom would help film me sometime.
Your mom would help film you?
My mom was my videographer for like 6 months, bro. Insane. My mom's like the OG biggest fan and still is the biggest fan.
That's great.
Love you, Karen. She's like not a Karen, but like her name's Karen.
Right.
It's kind of funny.
She's like, I hate the stigma around the Karens.
Because she's so not a Karen. But she's like filming me and stuff. And like I'm slowly starting to trickle up in like numbers because no one else was really posting.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people were like, they didn't know what to do. And I was like, all right, I finally have a chance. I'm just going to post like full day of eatings, challenges. I see what's going viral. Like everyone started eating like people, eating and training.
Yeah.
Like Mark Wahlberg. And like there's like trendy stuff. And those are the trendy videos you saw. And you were like, I hate this guy. Or,
Well, no, it was more I just didn't understand it. Like I just didn't understand it. Because
you wanna know why? I can tell you why now.
Tell me.
It's conceptual. It has nothing to do with me. It's what Unspeakable, I believe his name is, was telling you, go out and do the $1 per deadlift thing.
Yeah.
You see, I watch the shit. I watch the whole thing.
Do you know how much money I'd have to spend every $1 people deadlift?
Yo, I've done it. You lose a few K right there. It's
Yeah.
really quick, but it ends up getting a lot of views, hopefully over time if you do it right. But it was a conceptual concepts. You know, I wasn't vlogging. I was vlogging, but it's not vlogging. You vlog.
Right.
That's a conceptual vlog is conceptual. You know, and it's all about the concept. What are you doing? Who is it about? It's about the celebrity. It's not really about me. I'm just like the supporting characters of the story. So that's why they did.
You're like the host.
Yeah, you're just like hosting a show pretty much. And like, it's way easier. You don't need to like me or not like me to know, like you want to know Mark Wahlberg's diet? Oh, click this video and watch. I'm going to try it and tell you all about it. Rather than click this video if you want to know about me and my relationship. Now people care about that, but before they didn't care. You know, like you have to build that.
So the Mark Wahlberg was your first step into the new Jesse James West content.
The revolution.
And once you saw the success of that, that's when your mindset shifted on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, so if that was your first video into stardom, we'll say it was success.
Yeah,
YouTube success, like getting that well-deserved recognition of what the effort you've been putting in. And you've been making videos for how long before that video?
That was 2020. So technically 8 years, but let's say like 4 for fitness.
Now, I have a question that is going to fall under the Don't Be Sour game show that you're on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know the first YouTube video that you made on your channel? Do you know what it was titled?
On my channel right now?
Your channel right now, if you click oldest to newest, what was...
Is it welcome to Jesse James West Fitness?
Ladies and gentlemen, it was Welcome to Jesse James Fitness.
You have to drink, right?
I do have to drink.
Let's go! He just did a podcast with Ronnie Coleman before this too, so he already has a little bit of alcohol in his system.
Now, what's great is you seem a little
memorized.
You seem a little cocky on that you got it right. You're excited about that. Now, this next question, I don't think you're going to get it right.
Oh God.
So I messaged your lovely girlfriend Claudia.
Yes.
And I was like, I need a question that's going to stump Jesse.
Oh.
Okay. So,
damn it.
For question number 2.
Come on, babe.
What is Claudia's? What is her least favorite food? What food does she hate?
Oh, shit. Do I have a time limit? Least favorite.
You have 7
food.
seconds, Jesse.
Fuck.
James West.
This is so good.
Come on, you spend time with your girlfriend. You love your girlfriend. You should know what she hates.
What does she fucking hate?
You have 3 seconds.
I know, like, she hates when I cook sometimes, but like,
What do you cook that she hates?
it's like soggy French toast, but that's not it.
Is soggy French toast your final guess?
Sure. Soggy French toast. I don't know.
Soggy French
What
toast.
is it?
Survey says no.
What is it?
She hates cottage cheese.
I have never been told that. I've never been told that.
She says that is the one food that she hates absolutely more than anything in the entire world.
I can understand. I could see her being like, that's
is
gross.
cottage cheese.
Oh, man.
You're
I
like-
would have never guessed that in a million years.
That's why we always like to have a question that you could get right, and then I make sure that the
Yeah.
next question you're not going to get right.
It's funny. If you were to ask me, honestly, like, about anyone's YouTube channel, thumbnail and title, like, I have them, like, documented in my head.
Yeah?
Like,
You sound like a fucking nerd, bro.
I feel like deep down I am.
Cheers, my
Somewhere.
friend. Cheers to being
Cheers.
a loser and a winner.
Oh. Got a little schmutz on your shirt.
Got some schmutz,
Top
dude.
left or top right.
I never,
bro.
besides my brother, I never hear anyone using the phrase schmutz. My girlfriend just co-signed it. She was like, "What's that thing you say when you have stumped on you?" I was like, "Schmutz."
Brother, I gotta film like I am filming after this too. So I'm a little tipsy.
Are you?
Yeah,
I gotta like
interview more women. What is new? God, sounds amazing, right?
So let's dive into your new. So you started Mark Wahlberg's diet.
Yeah. I did all this, every celebrity.
I've never understood the like eating like Mark Wahlberg. I'm like,
Neither did
he's
I,
just
man.
a guy. Like, let's see. Today we're gonna eat a steak and potatoes, the same shit that other people eat.
I got so bored of making those. I hated
So you
it.
started with it. You saw the success, and then what clicked in your mind, and what made you change?
A woman, a friend named Noelle Leva. I don't know if you ever seen these.
This
That
is like your ex-girlfriend, right?
to the internet, but like we never dated or anything. So I met her on Tinder in college.
Okay.
Like before YouTube, like before COVID. It was like 2019. Like I hung out with her. I literally met her on Tinder and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" You know how that stuff's work.
Yeah.
And then I make social media and I do well, and we follow each other on Instagram, and that didn't work out. That was like,
Okay.
it didn't work. Platonic.
It's just a part of the story.
Yeah, so it is part of the story. And then I make merch for the first time once I started getting a following in 2020 summer after COVID, when people started like seeing each other. And I was looking on Instagram and I was like, I want a girl to model my merch. Like, I don't know who can. I messaged a few girls, they'll say no. You could have had a career.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. And then Noelle's like, okay, awesome. Like she's always like the type of person just like always down to like help out.
Right.
And she's like, let's do it. So I pick her up, we go film like a promo or whatever. I try to like make a cool cinematic thing, you know? And then in that car ride, I was like, you know what's a good idea? I was like, we should do like some sort of challenge. Clickbait it like this, like Brandon Harding. Have you ever seen his clickbait sometimes? Like it's crazy.
Back in the day. I'm numb to clickbait. I'm numb to it, dude. I accept it. I'm like,
I know.
I want the most ridiculous shit.
Yes.
Fed to me.
I love that. So Brandon Harding had a thumbnail where like 2 women were on him while he's benching. And it's like
Classic.
just a bootylicious thumbnail.
Classic.
Multi-millions. And I was like, we should do a video where it's like, because I met you on Tinder, picking up girls on Tinder, something like that, where we train together.
Okay.
And she comes over and we work out and we do that and we film that. And that literally, like, I posted that. I had 100K and I got 13K views. I'll never forget, like 13.3K views in like 30 minutes.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Okay.
And like, I was like I'm normally getting like 1,000.
They're like, I don't really care about Jesse's content, but there's a butt.
There's a butt and a girl sitting on my lap. And it's like the most iconic I'm claiming iconic.
We're going to put it on the screen.
Yeah. And I'm just like, it's like, it looks like a porn.
What was the title?
Picking up girls on Tinder. I asked her to work out.
Okay.
It was like probably the best like idea I've ever had back in the day. And bro, pops off like 300K in 2 days back. And especially back in the day, I was small to get that. Like that was viral. And everyone's flipping out. And it was the first time someone cared like about me and like my life. So I was like, this is a really good opportunity for both of us to kind of dive into this.
Yeah.
And just see how many people will either like be entertained by this or if people actually care about our lives more. Cause I was doing these eating videos and so bored of them. I was like, these are stupid.
Yeah.
Like no offense to people that enjoy them, but I don't like
I made
them.
120 day eating videos, dude. You're preaching to the
so
eating
it's like
video
I
guy.
don't want to do this. Like, I hate eating on camera. Like it ruins my day. Like trying to eat this stuff like on camera it's weird. But like people liked it, so I still did it. But then this hit, and I was like, this is a whole new thing. And it was kind of like this relationship. I'm feeling that shot. It was like this relationship. It was like a relationship vlog challenge thing that we did. And as soon as it blew up, I texted her. I was like, we got to do it again.
Yeah.
And then we did a 50 Shades themed. I was like
what?
And it's like technically things get more extreme. She's like, I did 50 Shades because I wore a blindfold and we were in my basement. I'm making this all up on the spot. I didn't plan any of this. And it's like,
hey mom, can you come film this girl I met on Tinder down in the basement? I'm gonna be wearing a blindfold.
It's funny because everyone knew my mom was filming me for a while because I mentioned it. And then this video I would prop up because I was like, that's kind of weird, Karen. Like, sorry, don't want to make it
You
weird.
tripoded up.
But everyone thought my mom filmed it, and they're like, "Yo, Karen is like a real one for doing this." And I was like, "Guys, like, no, my mom didn't film this." And so we make a bunch of these videos. They all have multi-millions. They were like my biggest viewed videos right away.
So like immediately we like kind of went Mark Wahlberg, like Tinder experiment, and then you just like kept this trajectory.
Yes. And so like I knew not to make my name out of that. I was like, I'm gonna use this as a tool to like grow, and like she can have a career out of it too. She's like going to the same school as me, that D3 school that I was at.
She also sucked at lacrosse?
No. But like we just kind of like, we're like, yo, let's do this. Like we're great. We became great friends over time.
Yeah.
Like I always looked at her, like I was like, if you ever need anything, like any help or anything, I'll help you with social media. And I understand it up to a degree at that point, and kind of just like built each other's careers off that in the beginning. And then I drive across the country to LA. And you know, everybody, you get followers, go to LA.
That's the dream.
That's
dude.
it, man. That's the dream. That's
You
what
go to an
you're supposed
actor
to do.
and you go to make it.
Yeah, and then I'm best friends at The Rock. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so I drive across the country to LA. That whole experience was crazy. And then when I get there, it's like this whole big deal to like try to meet Bradley Martin. Like that's every kid. They go to LA and they're like, I need to meet Bradley Martin. Like,
that's the thing.
You know, because I was working out at Zoo Culture, and
so and now, but before this, before we move forward, you've had like 2 or 3 successful videos.
Yeah,
you've had essentially duds for years. Mm-hmm. You have a couple pop-offs.
Yep.
You're on a high. You drive to LA.
Yeah, I'm like, let's go. Boom. Drive.
So it's not like
I move very quick.
These might be flukes. You're like, no, I'm in.
Yeah,
I made it.
I'm very. If I get an idea, I just do it.
Yeah.
Like immediately. Like especially back then, I was like, any idea, I'm just gonna do.
You don't have to think about it. You don't second guess yourself.
Exactly. Now I'm like a little more strategic. Like I'm like, all right, well, is this worth the ROI? Blah blah. Like, is it gonna pay off? How much money is it gonna cost? All that stuff. But back then, I was like, we're doing it. Don't care. Go.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to college at this point, and I'm like doing college while driving across the country. My mom's taking a class for me in New Jersey. Like this, my mom's a real one.
I'm gonna contact the school and find out that you're actually a fraud. So.
Yes, literally. So my mom was taking like an economics class or something, or business or something, because she like does business.
Jesse, what was LIFO and FIFO again?
Yo, she was like text me like, I'm struggling. I don't know how to take this. Like she's like learning how to do college. She didn't go to college. Neither of my parents did. And so that's a whole like ordeal. I go out there, I make some videos. I continue kind of like that like virality with girls content, like starting to do interviews, like and picking up girls. Like I did that a few times. Single at the moment back then, and
you're still trying to find Bradley Martin.
Still trying to find Bradley Martin. That was the goal, and he was like gone for a while. And then the last day of my trip, it was a month trip. He like answered. I had everybody tag him in a post. Now I know that's annoying. Not gonna lie. Like people do it to me. People do that to me because I did it to people and like it worked. And they're like, I'm gonna do it, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna travel to you. Like I'm sorry, man. Like I appreciate the effort, but like I just can't.
Yeah.
And so I think he wanted to collab with me because he wanted me to be an athlete. That was like what it came down to. And we film a video, we collab. I go home and I was like, all right, sick. Like that was worth it. I post, does well. Now I'm like, okay, now the collabs are doing well.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, how can I collab with people more often? So I start doing like virtual collabs with everyone. Like if you go back, like I've collabed with literally every single person in the fitness industry. And then I start doing those videos for a while.
No. Notice how he said, I've collabed with every person in the fitness industry, except the guy that he's sitting across from.
Oh man, you know why? The internship. No, I'm kidding. I don't even think that was yet.
He turned me down for the internship. Okay, so you met Bradley Martin, you did the collab, you started realizing, you moved back.
Yeah, so like things start doing well, and I'm like, and then I can move back, and I'm like, I'm dropping out.
So this is like every
month something happens.
So that first video, every video is just popping. Whether or not one does crazier, but they're doing
well,
doing light years better than what you were.
Yes,
and it just like after the first one, they all started popping.
Yeah, and it was like a lot of people were looking at it, and one thing I will say is a lot of people think that if they just like do what I did, like, I don't know, picking up girls on Tinder, they use the same title, same thumbnail and everything. They're like, oh, dude, it's easy. There's an ass on it. Of course it's going to do well. And then they try it and like, it's like a dud.
Did you get inspiration for your videos? I mean, and it's fine to do so. Or did you like think of all these, like, it's kind of like on like a TikTok, right? Everyone's popping off TikTok because they look at someone else. They're like, oh, that popped off. I'm going to do it. I popped off, right? Did you get any inspiration from other people at the time? Because I don't know the world of, I see it now, but I don't know the world of these kind of like viral video concepts.
So I definitely like, I watched Christian, used to be
Guzman?
Guzman, yeah. Christian's the clickbait king when it came to like women too.
Yeah, but it was like,
first time.
It was clickbait about his personal life, not this like.
Yeah. So I think it was just honestly like just almost by mistake that it was like, I'm doing these challenges with this girl to make it viral. So it's like, it is conceptual technically. And it was just like this natural thing that happened. But I will say, like, I definitely got inspiration. Connor Murphy, I watched him when I was growing up.
He's probably someone who like is the earlier stage of like these interviews and the shirtless stuff. A lot of people say like I'm like the new Connor Murphy before ayahuasca, except for 2018 when I started seeing things. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, so like I saw him, I saw Christian, and I was like, are they like, and Brandon Harding, and I was like, all right, they've done like some crazy clickbaits. Like, I'll try it, I'll see what happens. And then I started like getting more ideas on my own. Once I did it a few times, I was like, okay, like now I'm gonna build off this.
Well, I guess there's like Christian's, for example, was it was these crazy clickbait titles, or thumbnails, but it was like a small portion of the vlog.
Yeah.
Which was what people had the anger about. You were like, I'm going to take this clickbait extremeness, but like the whole video is going to be truly about this entire thumbnail.
So I still think that way. I still think that like the best YouTube videos you click on and it's like the whole video is on that topic. You know, like some vlogs sometimes can be different, like you're doing your whole day. But I do think like the best way to keep an audience for the entire video is to have your thumbnail and title be the entire video. So like if you're challenging strangers, for me, the entire video is that. And I learned that over time. It took me a long time. I used to just vlog and then have my like challenge.
Which is what I would do is when I have like an extreme title thumbnail, because again, I film 12 different environments in my videos and I just take the one thing, however long it may be, that was the most captivating, and that's the title and thumbnail, which I can see why
title and thumbnail, not that everyone is doing social media, but it's the most important part.
It is absolutely.
And then the first like 15 seconds is like the second most important part, and then the third is the rest of the first minute. And then like trying to keep people to the end is also like the fourth. So it's like
that watch time.
Yeah, the watch time, and like there's no answer to how to do YouTube, but I think like for me it was like picking up girls on Tinder. So I made that storyline of like I went onto Tinder and I showed the messages with Noelle from a year ago, and I was like, I met this girl, like I really did meet her on Tinder. I was trying to show people that, and then I was like, okay, mom, you need to like do my eyebrows before I go on this date, and like try to like have each thing support it, and then like now the rest of the whole video is just this like gym date. So I think it's just huge to be able to support the entire video and give the audience what they want, what they came for, you know.
And so since that first kind of thing, you found, we'll call it the secret sauce, right? You found what works for you, the secret sauce. And now you've been since then making this, I don't mean similar content in a bad way of like making the same content, but you make this viral content now. And like you kind of know like the formula, you know what works, you know it's not going to work. Like a lot of people will yell at it's like it's like Harry Potter, like Voldemort, you don't say his name. Like here it's like, everyone talks about like the algorithm, the algorithm's out to get everyone. You somehow mastered the algorithm. Why do you think your videos have the success that they do?
A few things. One, my natural just personality. I definitely
you're a charismatic guy. Yeah.
And once I learned that, like I didn't know that at first. Like until
I didn't know I was a cool guy.
But like I was just me for a very long time, and like I enjoyed making videos, so I was having fun while doing it, so people saw that. And then when I moved to LA in 2021, let me backtrack. It was when I met Claudia, is when some dude, Anthony something, I'll send you the link or something. He's like a dating coach. And at this point, I'm just me. I'm just having fun, doing my thing. However I act is how I am, and I still act that way. But like, he makes a video breaking down a video with me and Claudia, and then he's like saying Jesse has these 7 out of 9 characteristics of charisma. Okay. So he was it's like psychology, and like all that stuff. Like he broke it down. Like he does this, he knows how to
things you don't even realize you're doing.
I was like, what the fuck? I don't even know I do that. And then I was like, wait, what if I like learn how to like use that in the videos better, you know? Like I can definitely turn it on, turn it off. Like if I'm having a bad day and I need to film, you can turn it on, you know? And then once I get in the zone, I have fun and I'm good. But like,
see, I'm the opposite. If I have a bad day, I'm like, I ain't fucking filming. I ain't filming.
Some days I'm like that, but like most of the time I just feel like I'm already scheduled. I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna do it. But
you're like, God, I'm so fucking, all right, what's up guys? Welcome to
some days like that. Yeah. Honestly, you know what's crazy is like sometimes my worst days are the best videos.
Yeah.
Like best performing videos. Like I'll know and I'm like, damn, I was having a very like, not dark day, but like I could feel my emotions were off.
What makes you have these things? Because from the outside, right? Someone looking in, you're, a very popular, you're a good looking dude. You got,
me too, buddy. Thank you.
You got a beautiful girlfriend. You're super happy. You have this pop in social media. And so it's like, what makes you not the Jesse that everyone sees? Jesse James West that everyone sees.
Yeah, Jesse James East.
Jesse James East.
I'm so hard on myself that it's kind of like destructive in a way. Like it's hard for me to be happy with where I'm at. it's like the Christian proud, never satisfied, except the proud sometimes just is not there and I'm just never satisfied. And it's definitely like why I'm where I am, but I'm also like slowly destroying my mental health sometimes because I'm so goddamn like perfectionist, and this video's, it's a 5 out of 10 and 1 out of 10 is the best, 10 out of 10 is the worst. And that's fucking destruction to my brain, dude. I swear to God, I'll go from like a happy mood to literally like,
we're dive into that.
So it just like, so let's say like the performance of my YouTube channel, there's 2 Jessies. There's real life Jesse, which is like Claudia makes me happy, friends make me happy, family makes me happy. Great. That's a 10 out of, that's a 1 out of 10 for YouTube terms. I love my life. I do. I'm very grateful. Then there's this social media Jesse that is like performance, business, money, all that stuff. What can wear the shit out of my brain.
You're chasing this high of numbers at this point. And
I've always been that way.
So something similar, I don't know how to make the comparison. Well, like something similar that I won't say names, but like, let's say you have a business, right? And for a long, like there's certain people that over time you have, your business goes like this, right? Just slowly up over time. And you kind of like evolve as the business grows. Your business is significantly better than it was then. You're someone who you did put in that time, but all of a sudden you're like on this growth path and then you spiked.
Yeah.
And now you're having to live in this spike, right? And now it's always very relative. So like Christian, for example, like I go way back with Christian, and I've visited Texas many times before I would be here. And when I couldn't even imagine, I mean, YouTube's kind of taking a decline at the moment, but
watch the fucking videos.
Yeah, watch the fucking videos, guys. Anyway,
he's like, I'm really
there
pissed.
was a time when I couldn't even wrap my head around like 100,000 views.
Yeah.
Because I look at YouTubers as there's the people that get less than 100,000 views, there's people that get over 100,000 views, and then there's the people that get like the 500 of millions.
Yeah.
Like, and there's like categories, right?
Those big millions.
And I could never wrap my head around even getting over 100,000 views. And Christian all the time would get 150. And he, at one point, he's not now, but he would get caught up when he's like, God, this video's doing shit. And I'd be like, well, dude, like, what's the views at, bro? And he'd be like, 120,000 views. I was like, what are you, bro, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But I couldn't wrap my head around where they're at. And you've gone to this success path that because your popularity, your numbers, we'll just say your numbers, your numbers have spiked so much that now your expectations are so high that like you think a bad video is, this is something I try to wrap my head around. Like you think a bad video, if after a week, it only got like 200,000 views.
I'm pissed, bro. I'm pissed.
You're like, don't talk to me, right?
Yeah.
But something that I've tried to like ground myself with is one thing I always think of, and it sucks because it'll never make you feel better. But there was a Jesse at one point that you couldn't have even dreamt about half the views that you're getting.
It's crazy, man. It's like,
but now you're depressed if you don't hit
300.
300,000.
I'm like, all right. I shoot for 500 in a week.
Like how does that like that headspace work of someone with rapid success? Because I've never had over the years of me doing it for 10 years, I've never had rapid success. Yeah. I've had slow and steady. I'm like the fucking I'm the turtle in the race, bro. I'm just turtling along.
I will say though, you there is potential that you have a more hardcore fan base than I do.
Well, yeah, and I want to touch on that.
That's very possible. Very, 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 because there's like a measurement of how long you've been on YouTube, how long have those people been with you, and that's how brand deals can be measured too. Like you could probably get paid the same amount for a brand deal as I can, even though I'll get more views because your fans are like way more, let's say, active or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So the question was like dealing with that and stuff.
Yeah, just how do you do with like rapid success and now like you're at this high level where, to be honest, like, are you to the point where like, I'm going to become depressed again if I don't become the YouTuber that makes 1 million views a video? If every video doesn't get 1 million?
So,
because there's only like, unless you're the Mr. Beast or like the unspeakable, like there's
that
less
category is different.
There's less than 10 people that are doing like 5+ million views a video.
Yeah.
Like,
obviously that's like one of the goals, like get to that point and stuff. Within fitness, we'll see. I think it'd have to be bigger than that. But dealing with that is very hard. And like even like my team behind me, like Zach and Joey, they've been around probably the longest out of everybody on my team. And like they see it when we're filming and stuff. Like they're like they could just, I'm sure they could say right now, they see that I'm like, I shut down, and I'm like, fuck man, like my videos are
so terrible. Numbers make you sad at this point.
They really do. They mess with my head. Like money doesn't mess with my head. Yeah. Honestly, like, yeah, great. I make good money, but I honestly don't give a shit about
money. It's the views, right?
It's views, and yeah, it's views. Period.
Do you want to hear something crazy? It's always interesting relating to someone on a different scale, right? Like I'm pissed that my videos no longer are doing like 120 to 130. They're doing like 75 to 90. Like I'm pissed. And you know, I'm like, oh dude, I would love to be where you're at, but you're in the same, like you have the same headspace. You're like, I'm pissed when a video does 200 to 300, they all need to be doing this, and you're always chasing more and more. And I think anyone who gets on social media, it's like you always want more. Yeah. And for me,
it's a drug, dude.
Yeah, it's
It's literally a dopamine drug.
And it's because you're so like tied to this YouTube thing. And for me, I'm getting 30-40% less views, but as weird as it sounds, and I haven't really dove super into why, but I'm like making more money on, let's say, YouTube social media than I was when I was doing 120. And yet I'm still mildly depressed about views when the money's even better. So you'd think anyone would be like, dude, who cares about the views? It's the money. But I'm like, no, the numbers on the fucking screen bother me more than the money going off my account.
Yeah, that's why my mom would be like, well, what'd you make on your sponsors this month? And I tell her, and then she's like, what'd you make on this? And like, she like helps me with my finances, but and she's like, see, nothing's gone down.
But I had 3 9 out of 10s, mom.
I'm like, doesn't matter. I'm the type of person, like, you can't sugarcoat what I see. I'm so like realistic. I see 9 out of 10. I see 10 out of 10. It does not matter. Like even Claudia would be like, well, maybe tomorrow it'll pop. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't get it. Like, and it's very true. Yeah. 90% of the time she's always like fucking right. And I'm like, damn it. She's like, told you.
Girlfriends are the worst that way.
I'm just like, damn. I was like, should have listened to you. Like, I swear to God, I've gone, I'll show her 2 thumbnails. I go, which one do you like? She'll be like, that one. And I'm like, okay.
I'm gonna choose the other one.
And then I chose the other one, 10 out of 10. I'm like, all right, let me just switch it. Fucking leaps to 1. And I'm just like, yeah, I should listen to you. Sorry, babe.
Yeah.
But yes, to answer your question, it does fuck with me. There are days that I literally want to lay in bed all day and
because of numbers on a screen.
Because of numbers on a screen. Yet my life is so amazing. I have amazing people around me, like the best I could ever ask for. Nothing's wrong. Nothing at all.
It almost makes you like almost feel. I don't want to say like it probably looks like I feel ungrateful of like the life that I live, but it's like no one can relate to it until you're in the shoes, because people would be like, oh, Jess, you're not getting $500,000 on a video. But like, it's like,
I see comments like that.
You can't understand it. Like you can't understand it until you're in the shoes. And it's this pride. It's not even like a ego of like, I'm trying to be better than all those people. It's just like, I've worked so hard to get to the point I'm at. I'm putting the same effort and I'm not getting the same return.
And honestly, I think you'll agree with this, because I know you enjoy social media. I could tell.
Love it.
If you don't, then he's the greatest actor I've ever seen.
I'm the old guy that won't let it go, bro.
Yeah, but like, because we love it, because we care, and for me, every video is like a baby. Yeah, like my child. And I'm like, I'm so passionate. I'm making every little detail perfect. Probably driving my editors insane on like, change that 0.1 second here, this word, that. But like, I'm just so passionate. I'm making like the best out of everything I can, that when, you know, fucking little Johnny, my little video, little Johnny isn't doing well, I'm like, God, it drives me insane.
When Johnny's a 10 out of 10, I want to punt him off. I want to punt him.
What am I doing? I have a child, and he's not doing well. Toss him. Okay, I'm kidding, literally kidding. Claudia's gonna be
like, it's like Baxter on the bridge of Anchorman, you know?
Claudia's gonna text me and be like, what the fuck was that comment about? I'm not having children with you one day.
But it's good to see that like someone in your position still gets like, you still have your bad days. You still have your fluctuation.
It's crazy. I wanted to say this. I thought about this earlier. I wanted to let people know. People probably think that I think that I feel success all the time. Bro, I feel failure 95% of the time. I feel success 5% of the time. Most days, I'm like, I'm failing right now. I'm failing. Literally during like my highest peaks, it'll be like, it's not the direction. The watch time wasn't good. Like all these little things. Workout programs aren't selling. I'm not doing the best I could. I fucked up. That video is not as good as it could be. And it's like, I feel like I'm constantly failing, but that's why I'm striving for so much. And I almost like, it's almost like this weird feeling of like, I almost want myself sometimes to feel like I'm failing. Like I'm like, good.
Yeah.
I feel this, it's driving me more than if I was feeling success and taking it.
Well, I think it really should show people that you're passionate about the stuff you're making, because you're like, I'm trying to put out the best content, whether that be the information, the entertainment, right? Education, whatever it is, the content you're putting out, like you're like, I want to put out the best that I can do.
Yeah.
And when I give it my best and I think I've done my best and it doesn't perform well, it's not like, yeah, there's the title, yeah, there's the thumbnail, but you start kind of second guessing yourself. You're like, am I slipping? Am I like letting myself go? Or like, did I not really give my best performance in this video? And
the worst is when you know that you didn't give it your best, or you weren't trying as hard, like you gave 80% energy, or it was like you knew that was not going to do well. You post it and then you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like I knew I just should have listened to my gut. Lately I've been like very gut oriented. That sounds really weird, but I've been very like,
you're
if
in
I
your
feel
guts,
it,
dude.
Yeah. What was that?
You're in your guts, dude. Big gut guy.
Pause. Yes, in the guts. That sounds like a radio. I mean, we are pretty much on radio. But anyways, yeah, I don't know.
So with your viral content, right? You kind of like are picking your battles of you're choosing to make content for virality rather than do you feel that making this content that is so numbers driven of like, I'm trying to get the most amount of views because it's this, whether it be irrelevant to a topic that's going on in the world, like a lot of people are making like Thor content, for example, now because it's relevant, right? You're like, I'm chasing the views. Do you ever feel that you're not including, you said earlier that you were like a host. Do you feel that you lost the ability to like connect with an audience rather than of like, I want like, oh, there's this guy on YouTube that like makes these crazy videos rather than like, there's Jesse James West that I watch because he's Jesse James West.
So yes,
like that connection with the audience.
I think that's the curse of getting really big. Not that I'm like really big, but like I'm large. Because
to be honest, like, and I want you to kind of dive in on it.
Yeah.
But like in the YouTube space, especially in the fitness, like really vlogs where it's based around your life, unless you are a family vlogger that has popped off, there's a lot of them out there that are doing extremely well. You really like, you're going to cap yourself of like how many people you can get to care about your boring life, unless you're doing these extreme kind of things. So you're sacrificing, I don't want to say sacrificing, you're just choosing to like go down the route of, I want the entertainment, like kind of like views, virality content rather than, hey guys, I'm going to Chick-fil-A today. It's gonna be casual kind of Sunday. We're just chilling with Claudia.
So I think one thing is that I have made that conscious decision to kind of steer away from it a little bit. I'm kind of making another decision to kind of bring it back a little. The issue is that people say vlogging is dead, and
I can see it. I mean,
I think the issue is because the competition is so goddamn high that it's so difficult to compete a vlog unless it's like a brand new relationship. Like that's the only thing that like pops. Like last year I was vlogging anything with Claudia, 1 million views.
Yeah.
Wild, crazy experience, very much dopamine. But like,
Claudia, get in the video again.
One more thumbnail, please. But like, it's like, in my opinion, I think it is a sacrifice. Yeah. And you said that and then you took it back, but I agree. I think it is. I think the bigger you get, the bigger the distance is to a true core audience, unless you're just somehow blowing up on vlogs like a family channel would, like, you know, like 5 million subs and they're like people that are diehard fans. But then I'm like, okay, if I can't have, maybe I don't have as many diehard fans, but I think I still do. I really do. Cause I meet people and like,
you're playing the numbers game. I mean,
so like, I don't want people to think that I'm only chasing views and I don't care about anything else. Like, you fan, fuck you. No, like I don't think that at all. Like I literally like, I'm the type of person that my biggest goal from the beginning was I want to make content to bring people out of the darkest point of what my life felt like. Cause I know a lot of people feel that. And cause for me, it was music and like, there's specific music that I would listen to that would like is the only thing that gave me a good feeling. And I was like
Hanson, Taylor Swift, things like that.
Yeah. You know, you gotta get in your feels, 22, you know? But like for real, like I was like, I'm gonna be the outlet of happiness for people. And you could see that's how my personality is, kind of how your personality. People probably watch you when they're sad and they're like, I feel good now, you know? You wanna give them that.
Yeah.
And now I think of it like, I'm gonna use my personality, and that's the driving, that is my backbone of my channel is my personality. People comment
100%, 100%.
100%. They're like, I love his confidence. I wish I was like him. And not in a non-narcissistic way, I'm saying this. Like, I wish I was more like him for confidence. I wish I could talk to girls like him, like how he does. I wish I just like had an outlook on life and worked as hard as
you're indirectly giving inspiration and motivation to these guys.
So
without,
because I look at people and I'm like, damn, he's such a good storyteller. Like shout out Kelly Wakasa. If you don't know who he is, check him out.
I don't know who that is.
One of the best YouTubers, most underrated. Has like a mil, but like deserves more.
Yeah.
And I look at him and I'm like, damn, like I don't have that storytelling capability. But then I look at my other ways and I'm like, but I have that motivation, that extreme motivation for people that he might not have to the same degree because he's more lifestyle, I'm more fitness. So it's different. Everyone has their strengths. So I'm like, what can I show through these viral videos that still supports that fan base that would be there if I was just vlogging? And hopefully all that made sense.
Do you think that the problem with viral content is that you're always, what's next? How can I make it bigger? How can I make it bigger? Like, what can I do next? What haven't I done? Like, I don't know, but I don't use the phrase of like, I think I'm going to run out of content all the time and I just film my life. Right. So I can imagine it's even harder for you of like, wow, like what if I run out of challenges to ask these girls, or like, what if I like questions? Do you worry about that? Or do you have a notebook in your room that has just lists?
I have a fat list.
Do you?
All of them good? No. Like
are a lot of them 9 out of 10s?
Yeah.
Probably.
So like I write down probably a few videos every single day. Just like,
so you're like, I have an idea. I notes in my phone.
Notes on my phone. Maybe I transfer that. Maybe I never use it. 90% of them I don't use,
Okay.
like I only do like 10%. But in my opinion, I always compare it to The Simpsons. The Simpsons went on for like what, 20 years or something?
Simpsons did it.
They went forever.
Yeah.
Kept an audience, kept a fan base, made new fans, everything. Like and in my head, I'm like, if they can come up with like 20 seasons of, and what, 20 episodes? I have no idea how many they do, but like, I'm like, I have to be able to come up with something.
Well, yours are like one-off topics though. Like you're one-off like,
yeah. But I think that's where it's always like the channel. Here's the thing with growing very fast, you have to pivot a lot.
You're the Chandler of YouTube.
I guess so.
The
pivot. Wait, no, that's Voss,
I think Friends
right?
is like the least funny show in the world, but
really?
It was like the pivot because they're like carrying this couch.
Yeah, no, I remember that scene. That's funny you said that. I'm a huge Friends fan. How Much Mother.
You like bad shows? Damn. Okay. Right.
Damn, bro.
That's right.
But yeah, I'm just like, if there's all these ideas, let's just say Friends and How Much Mother. There's so many episodes.
Someone else can do it, I can do it.
Someone else can do it, so can I.
Just because it's different type of like content, I can apply it to my content.
Because you never know where you're going. I start out with these. I start out with lacrosse, make all those videos. I then pivot to eating like Mark Wahlberg. And I go, all right, what's next? Every celebrity. Once you get through that, I then was at a point where people then cared about my life. Make a bunch of videos with Noel. Yeah. And then eventually move to California. Unlimited ideas there. All these other girls that are influencers, let's all train. Let's do videos. Let's work out. Girls on the beach, ask them different questions. All these other fitness dudes, do challenges with them.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing like public strength competitions back then. Then I moved back and I meet the Walshes, my girlfriend's family. Yeah. Unlimited ideas, especially in the beginning. Like we were all just like doing a million different videos. Didn't even matter what it was. And that was a nice like people care about me. They want to see that was the closest thing of vlogging that I'll do. And then, then now I'm at this phase where I think it's like a viral fitness.
Yeah. And there'll be a time when
that'll change.
Yeah.
It will change. I could end up making all my videos just like yours. Like a good quality vlog
just
about my life.
About nothing.
Yeah. But like,
it's like Seinfeld, dude.
But like, dude, people like nothing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And like I can't predict. I think it's all about testing and feeling. So like I'll do amazing for like a few months. And then I'm like, I keep putting out those same videos, bro. They start tanking. Like I just went through a few a whole like 2 weeks of like depression from it, of like literally just like 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And I'm like, what the fuck?
It's the worst when you have multiples back to back.
I had like 4 in a row. But what I learned from that, I was like, okay, it's time to pivot. It's time to change things. So then I put like the other day was like a 1 out of 10. Now it's like a 3, but like still doing great. So it's like, okay, they want more of this. They want more. Yeah. Like, and then you learn and stuff. And it's all about like having that eager mind of wanting to learn and pivot, I think is why I'm where I am. Like I've never put myself in a box ever. Like I could be a fucking gaming channel in a year. I have no idea.
See, you have a different mindset than I do. Like I put myself in like, this is the content people are going to get. I ain't changing it. I'm like,
everyone's
is
different
like
though.
Yeah.
Like it depends what you want out of your audience.
And now you said that like viral content is very important for like what you click on the video. It's this throughout this. It's not like it's one part of the video, right? Do you know David How to Beast?
Yes.
You're aware of him, right?
Yes.
So he's big in making this content about informative
men's help.
Yeah, whether it be picking up girls, confidence, how to like increase, whatever. It's usually related to girls and dating, right? Yep. So he used to make videos that were like, here's 5 tips. The whole video is, here's the 5 tips, right? Then what he started doing is like, I'm trying to build this like kind of core audience. I'm going to start in between each tip. I'm going to start showing what I eat for breakfast. And then here's me at the gym. Here's me like going out with my girlfriend, here's another tip, and it would kind of space it. And for a while, people were like, I don't care about the other shit, I just want the tips, right? Yeah. But he started mixing his personal life. Do you think you'll ever go to mix, and I don't know how much you do of it right now, of like incorporating some of your own life, or are you too worried that like, I can't show people the shit that I do on a daily basis because they only care about the viral content, and they're just going to be like, don't wait, like mess up these videos with showing us so going to the park with your girlfriend. Yeah.
I think the only time like I do vlogs that are casual is with Claudia.
Yeah. Because it's easier that way, right?
It's easier. They're more interested in the dynamic of me and Claudia and like what's going on in our relationship. How are we? Are we still like, cute and cuddly, whatever, when they're watching all that, whatever they think during it. And I think it doesn't have to be as spontaneous, but at least in my head, when I'm doing like, let's say a solo vlog, which is like 1 or 2 a month, sometimes when I do challenges, it's just like a challenge alone, but that's besides the point. Like I went to Dubai and for a full week, me and Joey went, my videographer, he travels with me most of the time. And we were just like, all right, one thing a day, we're going to do something really cool and we're going to vlog each thing. And like, to me, that video was like so sick. And like, that's the type of vlog that I'll only put out. Like I probably, unless the only way I'll put out like a regular day in the life that's like chill or like full day of eating is probably once a year.
Once a year?
Yeah. Because I'm like, all right, fans probably need this by now. Like maybe 2 a year, let's just say, like super, like what I eat in a day, I'm doing that once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And then the only way I'll do it is I'll probably have a second channel.
Okay.
And like have it as a vlog channel that's like, don't take thumbnails, only screenshots. You don't plan as much. You just hang out, you're vlogging, it's chill. It's still the same personality, energetic, happy Jesse that I am, but it's less production, you know? And if you want to watch that, you watch that. Or maybe I'll have a podcast. I've been
everyone's doing it.
I've been playing with that idea a little bit because I'm like, I would love to have a second channel. I don't want to take away from my first channel, which is what I'm on now. But it needs to be different, like it needs to be like a separate place. And I think that's like the biggest thing that a lot of influencers end up doing is like the bigger you get, the more distance you get from your fan base technically. Like, like there's 3,000 comments. Yeah. I can only respond to 100. Like I have stuff to do. And like, as much as I want to respond to everybody, it's like, it would take me 2 days. Yeah. But then but if you have only 100K subs and you're getting 50 to 100,000 views, maybe there's 400 or 500 to 1,000 comments. You can respond to most of them or all of them. Yeah. So it's like having that difference, and like, you'll see like a lot, like just for example, Destroying, he's a football creator. He does a lot of like public challenges with other athletes. And then he has a channel called More Destroying. And it's just like, just vlogs. Maybe it's the B content that isn't as good, but he still wants to put it out for the core followers. And that's like to show like, hey, I'm still here for you. And like, I think eventually I'll have that, but like, I'll know when and I'll do it then.
People are just getting B content with me all the time. My A YouTube channel is B content, dude.
But like the real fans, like they love that shit, man. Like when I put out, I'll tell you, when I put out the lower viewed videos, I get more love.
Yeah. Like, cause people are like, I feel like I love this video even better.
Yeah. Like they're like, oh, this is the Jesse I knew. And that's why I try to put them out every here and there, you know, like give them what they need. Cause like the biggest thing I've been like focusing on, besides just getting like great numbers and like growth, cause I'm like addicted to that shit, it's, don't forget, it's audience over algorithm. Yeah. And it's really hard to understand, but it's like in real life with the relationships, like your real relationships matter more than work. They do. As hard as that can be to comprehend sometimes. And you're like, I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have a meeting at this. And like, you're trying to be there, but it's like, what really matters? Yeah. If they got sick and they're gonna, pass away in a year, do you think you're really gonna give a fuck about that meeting? Yeah. No, you don't care. You're like, fuck that. I'm not even working. I'm not even working.
The people that love you, like, yeah, that's absolutely.
I think that's something that, like, especially once I met Claudia, like, I realized, because when I was in LA, bro, I was putting out 3 videos a week. They're all like 20 minutes long.
You're just a robot.
Bro, I was a fucking robot. Everyone's like, yo, how was LA? Did you go out and party? I was like, I didn't go out once. Yeah. I got 5 hours of sleep.
Didn't have time. 6 months. Picking up girls in the gym.
But like even people.
Not in a cool way.
Yeah, not in a cool way. It was like, it was for videos and stuff. Like I was literally like, everything was work. And then I met Claudia and I was like, I feel like and then I went to 2 videos a week after a little while. I was like, I think I'd like have to enjoy life. Yeah. Like I think 100%. That's a thing. And I didn't know that.
But with your growth on social media and with these big numbers and with this like big influx of, stardom on YouTube, right? Your life has changed a lot, not only in, whether it be notoriety, maybe the connections you have, the friends you have that you didn't before, that maybe, now that you popped off, you have so many more connections, which that's just unfortunately like just how it works. Like it just as weird as it is, right? Before I started YouTube, no one gave a fuck about me. And then now I'm like, you only like me because I can deadlift a lot, right? But, with all of that comes a lot of a change in your life with your finances and your, success and being able to be more stable. And how old are you?
22. I almost forgot for a second.
I didn't know how old.
Is that young or old for you? That's young,
I am
right?
a decade older than you.
Wow.
And
you're good, brother.
Whoo! Thanks, man. I don't age, dude.
10 years. Wow.
I know. 20. When do you turn 23?
January.
Shit, dude. I'll be 33 before you're 20. You're 30.
Wow.
Oh my God. But okay. So I want to, and I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable about anything.
Say whatever, bro. It's fine.
Okay. I want people to kind of understand.
Except that. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Don't you say that, bro.
Don't say that to me.
I want people to understand a little bit of the financial success that this influencer world has. So with someone who like, what were you really, when you were like giving your all on YouTube, making those lacrosse videos in school where it wasn't worth your while, like you couldn't quit maybe if you were working or you were focusing on school and your lacrosse, like how much money were you making on what's called AdSense, which is literally just the views based on it. I'm not talking about brand deals, whatever. I don't even know if you were getting brand deals back then.
No.
Okay. Like no one liked me.
No.
So just like making your little lacrosse videos, which you were getting what, 6,000 views?
Like
10?
around like 1 to 10,000.
1 to 10.
10 was like jackpot.
Okay. So on that, like how much money were you making just making those videos?
So on that, I would practically say none.
Yeah.
Like $20 a month or some
Yeah.
shit like that. Like, and I was splitting with my friend. So I was like, we didn't even like, we were
You
like,
had to pay your friend?
we both owned the channel technically. It was me.
What?
We both were making videos together. So he was like,
Oh, he's okay.
it was like you see a lot of like young guys when they make a first fitness channel.
It
It's
was
like
Jesse James West.
no.
and friend?
So it was Spartan Strings, and we both made the videos. I would like kind of like make the idea, get the connection for like the free product from a company, and then he would edit it.
Okay.
And he was my editor for a little while too. And so that was like no money. The only way I made money from that was we'd get free product, and then I'd sell it.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't tell the company, but I would sell everything they gave us.
Lacrosse sticks or something?
Yeah. I'd just like, I'd put it up on Instagram and like, I'd be like, if you want this for $50 and it's like half off the normal price, and I'd be selling it.
It's hustling, dude.
I would string it up, like lace it up, I'd dye it, make it look really cool. And then those I would sell like double and then make money. And then I'd give like a percentage to my buddy.
Okay. So you're making essentially nothing on.
Yeah. Nothing on AdSense, zero.
On YouTube. But your efforts were the same. And then you started, your life has changed in a lot of ways and financially as well as now. And I think it's important for people, not just people your age, my age, to really understand the world of social media. Because I think people should take it more seriously and understand that people are making some serious money from it.
There's a lot of money in social media.
Exactly. And to be honest, I would say that the fitness world is one of the best ones to be in for financial success, right? What is like an average AdSense look for you? Because I don't know. Because I'm someone, how many views a month do you get right now?
Right this moment, it's 13 million.
13 million. Okay. So
I've had a 20.
I'm going to tell you like what I make AdSense, just so people can put it in perspective. There was a time when I would get about 1 million to like 1.3 million views a month. Like that was like really like the peak of my YouTube. Like I was never really crushing 2 million plus views a month. To be honest, right now I am at about 700 to like 800,000 views a month. It's a hit to my ego. It's a stab in the heart.
Get it out.
My videos are still cool.
We'll talk.
But like right now, just on my main YouTube channel, off of 700,000 views, I'm making just on AdSense. Now again, we're not talking about contracts with brands, brand deals when you see the promotions in the videos. This is just the Google ads, right? Is about, it fluctuates from like $6,000 to $9,000.
Yeah, that's gonna be my guess.
Yeah, 6 to 9, and then now with the podcast channel, it's like at about like because they're combined together.
Oh, okay,
it's like the past couple months.
Combine it?
Yeah, because it's only one AdSense. So right now it's at like 11 or 12. It's like this month's like 11,500.
Yeah.
great money, right? So someone who's getting 13 million views.
Yes.
What does like an AdSense month look like for you?
So there's a few ways to look at it. There's something called, CPM, RPM?
Yeah, no one understands.
Okay. CPM is per 1,000 views, you will make X amount of dollars.
Okay.
RPM is like the take home. Because you and YouTube are splitting this. So my CPMs are around, right on like the high end, it's like $15
Just
per
what's the
1,000.
total? What's the total number?
Okay.
Because no one cares about like the math that you get there.
Let me give you an example. So when I first knew I could drop out of college, I had 1 million views a month, and I was also doing the like about 6K. Okay. And then, so I mean, you could easily do the math for like 13. But the more viral your videos
I want
go,
you to tell me what the math is.
You want me to?
What is like?
I normally avoid this. Okay,
it's good. I think people
fuck it. All right. 30K would be shit to me, and 60K would be like, that's good.
You're fucking crushing it, bro.
Thank you.
And you said $30,000 a month would be bad.
Yes.
$60,000 would be good.
Yes.
What's the most you've ever made in 1 month from AdSense? I'm not talking about, these aren't one-off brand deals. This is just, I crushed it on YouTube views.
You guys are getting some insight, all right? I don't think people even know that I'm like.
And some people are, they don't want to talk. I don't know.
I don't ever want anybody to have like some sort of like stigma of like, he makes money. Fuck him.
I don't think people should. Like, I think
like
people
they
should be proud of what you've done.
The highest I made, you want it?
I want to know it.
83K. March.
83K. This March.
Yeah, this month.
$83,000.
Yeah, I had 20 million views in 1 month.
Now you know you got to pay taxes on that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
My taxes are fucking ridiculous.
I know. And okay,
I pay them quarterly, and my mom texts me and she goes, "Just don't look at your bank right now."
Yeah. So
I save all my money though.
We'll just say Jesse on AdSense is making. I'm just going to put it as at a low average of we'll say $50,000 a month.
That's a good number.
It's a good number. You're like, I'm making more than that. That's
50s right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Now you don't any brand deals, what is the most, because some with your views, I understand what I get for a brand deal.
Yes.
Like when someone's like, I want you to promote this on my YouTube channel or on my YouTube channel, how much do you charge? My rate for YouTube, which I want to dive into this on a YouTube video before.
Yeah, I'm very interested what your rate is.
But mine,
if you want to
and yeah, no, I'm pretty open with it. I'm like, whatever.
That's good.
So my rate is like $8,000.
That's good.
Yeah. So it's, have I made some, a lot of brands I've locked in will be 8,500, but like literally like no less than $7,000. And then I've had some that have been like an 11, like a 12, like these one-off kind of big brands, like, you know, big corporations, kind of like one-off. But the normal is always like 8. It's like 8, always 8. What is the most you've ever made from a brand deal, a one-off?
A one-off 60-second like mid-roll. I only do mid-rolls, never to put in the beginning.
Well, yeah.
No company's ever that important. Hell no. They're ruining
No. It's always like, they'll be like, we want it in the first half of the video.
Yeah.
Or like something.
If they want the first half, 49%.
Yeah.
That's where it's going.
Yeah.
My highest was like 17K. But I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not high enough. Because if you look at my views, like those companies are like, my views.
Well, for example, your highest is double what I get on every single promotion that I do.
But here's where that audience stuff comes in.
And I'm getting 85, 90,000 views. Now I'm lucky if I break 100. Like I'm hoping. I'm like lucky if I break 100, and I'm like, and I'm not even like pumping these numbers up. It's 8,000.
Yeah.
Like it's 8 or 8,500.
It's crazy because Claudia gets about 150.
So she crushes it on.
Crushes, bro. Her audience.
Her vlogs piss me off because I'm like, here's my cat and here's I think I make videos about like my simple life, and I'm like,
I'll ask her, I'll be like, are you done? And she's like, yeah, that's it. And I'm like,
her titles are like casual weekend vlog, folding clothes, hanging with my cat. I'm like,
because they just love her, man. They love her, and I'm like, I'm so happy for her.
Yeah,
and proud of her that she does that. But like, she sometimes will get better offers than me, and I'm like,
what's the most she's ever made? On a brand
I don't know the most. You
think she's at 20?
I don't know. Maybe. You have to have her on. Have her on.
There's that. No, as soon as she comes,
October, I'll get her on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
She should have fun. We both be on it again.
She has so actually, I'm not going to get into it on this one, but actually, I wanted to dive in about your because so Jesse's girlfriend Claudia Walsh is a very interesting person because she has her whole family. It's like a social media family.
When I first got there, I was like, oh, everyone does this?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, like literally everyone has a channel. Almost all of them have over 100K.
It's wild.
Parents have channels.
That's another topic. Let's go back to the money.
Yes, money.
Okay. So the most you ever made was 17K from a brand. And again,
Simply Safe. Shout out Simply Safe. I love you guys.
The video, this is way after the time, but yeah, my Cancun vlog with my girlfriend is a
guys,
Simply Safe.
that video I have 900K on it. They got to come back. Tell them to come back. Come on.
I have a Simply Safe. They locked in 12. They locked in every month. I have one with every month.
Wow.
I'm either selling a lot of security systems or they just really like me.
See, I also think that my audience, this is also why I think like, even though I want like 20s like in there, I think that brands don't always give that because they see my audience as a younger audience.
Eventually there's a cap. Like there's only like just
a lot of brands just like don't have the money.
Yeah.
They're like, sorry, we just don't have the budget.
It's just like, hey, so Simply Safe was you're saying
that. Yeah. And that was like, I just asked for that and they gave it to me and I was like, fuck, I could have asked for more.
Yeah. There's one thing I've always learned whenever you're negotiating prices down, you always say, whether it be clothing manufacturing, like they give you a price, you say, can you make it for less? And they're like, yep, we can. Here's the new price. And you're like, wow. With brand deals, they're like, here's the rate we're offered. You say, could you give me a little bit more? And they're like, yes, we can. You're like, I'm glad that I asked.
I know.
Okay, so
that's crazy.
So Simply Safe.
Yep.
Again, I've been working with them for years.
Yeah. They just got a fucking plug and a half right now. Just bleep their fucking thing every time.
Simply Safe Max.
It was like, don't be sour. Don't be sour.
I don't have any sponsors for the podcast just yet.
Will you ever?
Well, hell yeah, dude. Podcast, you can have three promos in there.
I know. Claudia does that with Devora. They have a podcast.
I know. They crush it on views.
Per.
Okay, so that's like your highest. Like, what's like an average brand deal for you? Because this is where
at this point where I'm at, I won't go under 15.
Okay.
If they say 14, I'm like, you better get that 14.5 or I'm not doing it.
I won't take anything less than 15, but if you do 14.5, I'll do it.
Just kidding, guys. Brand deals, if you're watching this, don't even bother coming to 15. I want 20.
And that's the wild difference. So that like you're getting, we'll say 500,000 views. Yeah. I'm getting 80, but
it's not that much of a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And it's interesting. It's because of like, just because you have a lot of views, the companies are looking at conversion.
Yep.
Right. But we're downplaying a large sums of money. This is crazy.
It's a lot of fucking money.
But I wanted to put in the perspective of not only just ads, but into like brand deals and just show like how much people, dude, it's amazing seeing you who've put in like a ton of work over the years, but being so young and making this kind of money, like,
you know what's crazy though? A lot of people that are making like, let's say somewhat similar money or like good money in the fitness industry that are my age are idiots.
Well, yeah.
They're idiots with it, okay? They spend all their money on like all the stuff that they shouldn't be spending money on. I don't, you know what I own? This is like this and my Yeezys that I'm wearing, a total of $800 of nice stuff. And I wear these every single day. You want to know?
It's good,
Claudia
bro.
bought them both for me. I didn't buy them.
And it's
I drive a Subaru.
A Subaru, dude.
It's a Subaru, baby. Subaru Crosstrek.
And this is, you're a great role model to people who, that I think people who want to strive to make a lot of money and create a life of financial stability and support, right? And dude, I can't even imagine, when I see people your age making this kind of money, it wows me because I can't even wrap my head around being your age and having that kind of income.
Yeah.
Just like with my YouTube over the time, my income has always been this like growth over time. Yeah. So I think I've been very good at managing my money over time. I mean, I bought a nice house. It wasn't some $1 million home. Well, after I did my fucking renovations, it might've been, but I try to, like, I never went into this crazy flashy life because my income slowly over time. Yeah. Whereas people who it out of nowhere spikes up, they've never had this influx of cash. And for you to be someone who's making crazy good money and to still live this humble life and understand of like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be spending all my money. Maybe I shouldn't, even though I have it, like I could spend 80% of my money on dumb shit and still have a great nest egg of putting it aside, investing it, whatever you choose to do. But it really goes to show, like, dude, it's an inspiration. Like, it's really good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Seriously.
Young kids who are aspiring to be, whether it be like you or just be whatever, and if they come into this crazy influx of cash and to like see someone like you making this money but not blowing it on bottle service every single weekend,
fuck
on
that, dude.
supercars, but you could.
Yeah.
You could,
easily,
and it wouldn't sweat.
You know what I would do that for? A video. That's
exactly.
It.
And
That's
it really
That's
invested
the only thing I spend
in
money
something.
on.
People on this podcast have said that they don't like when I make this comment of like, I think you do this because they're like, don't put words into people's mouths. But something that I think is because I can see your passion in social media and creating content. In my opinion, the reason you don't blow all your money, whatever, whether it be regardless of your upbringing, whatever, is I think that you still think because of how driven you are by numbers and metrics that you think any given day you're going to fall off and disappear.
Yes.
And like if you can become irrelevant and you know that cash flow is not going to come in. Whereas a lot of people get this cash flow and they think it's indefinitely going to come in.
No, I you're not putting words in my mouth. That was definitely a thought for a very long time. I definitely have the confidence now of
there's confidence and there's cocky and
so I definitely have the confidence and like belief that I will always figure it out. I always have since I was young. Like I said, if you asked me, do you think you'd be here? I'd say yes. Like same shit. And my upbringing definitely was a very hardworking household. My dad, like I have the word relentless tattooed on me, and it's like my saying, stay relentless. All for my dad. My dad is the hardest working person I've ever met. Like insane. Like I wake up, we were all at a wedding at like till like midnight, and like he doesn't drink, my parents don't drink. They wake up fucking 6 a.m. He's in the garage doing the floors, redoing the ceiling, like, and that's just a start. Like the man literally does not stop. And so I saw that growing up. And he always and I saw the hard work he put in, and like he bought multiple houses, taught me all this, and he's always saying like, save your money, you need it for security, you need it for this, and then eventually you invest it and like become an entrepreneur and all that stuff. And like he definitely taught me that. He was an entrepreneur and didn't even know it. Like, and that was just ingrained in me to basically like always save my money and like, and it'd always be like a joke in my family like, oh, $20 on the floor, better watch out. John West is gonna grab that. Like that's my dad. Like dad's gonna take your money because like he'll hoard the money, but like he won't even spend it. So like that was just instilled in me for a while. But I do think that thought of I'll fall off one day was always a very driving force. And I think it's a lot of creators' driving force of like, oh, that's scary, man. Like
you should have that fear because I think it pushes you.
It does push you. And a lot of known people, whether they're famous or they're influencers or whatever, they say like my biggest fear is falling from the fucking top. You know, like I want to be at the top, and then it's a long way to look down, bro. Imagine hitting that bottom, like you're done.
Because a lot of people also, it's in the creator's eyes is when you get the comments of maybe a video doesn't pop off, you're like, these videos are getting boring. Like, oh, he's done this before. I'm tired of seeing this because, or if people's like views drop down, they're not looking at like it's 800 times better than it was 2 years ago. They're looking at it's dropped a month ago. He's irrelevant. He's irrelevant.
Yep. People are cruel, man. It's crazy.
Internet's
like, big
old piece of shit, dude.
Yeah. I will say, there's like waves of hate that I'll get, and it's kind of weird how it does that. But like, I don't know. The only hate I ever have gotten is cringe. Yeah. Oh, cringy. And they're just fucking insecure. For you, like, you don't get it.
Your content's like, here's a challenge. You want to watch the challenge or not? Which I still am thinking like, you don't want to watch it, don't watch it kind of thing. Yeah. But like me, I'm like, I understand. I vlog about my life. It's relatable things. People don't agree with the things that I do in my life versus like what they do. I get why people are so maybe thick-headed, right? With you, it's more like, if you don't want to see picking up girls at the gym, don't click this video because the whole video is going to be that. You can't get a surprise of...
There's no extra workout or some shit. Like you're not going to get no motivation out of that one.
Exactly. Like, and so as you create this content, right? And I've talked about, your ability to pivot and whatnot. Some people decide to be content creator forever and just create content. Whereas when we started this interview, you said that like, you don't consider yourself... I don't want to say you don't consider yourself an entrepreneur because you are, but you don't like, you're not like I don't say I'm a business owner first, right? Like I'm a content creator. Is there a point when you want to switch to that? Or do you think, because a lot of people will always say like, you better do something because you can't do this forever. And trust me, bro, people have been telling me like, you're not going to have this success when I was 3 years into YouTube, 4 years into YouTube, 5, 6, 7, next year's your fall off. And I'm like, bro, I was like, I don't have the mindset. Like I have the mindset, I ain't failing. Like I have these ebbs and flows and it kind of sucks. But like, I was like, I have the mindset. I just keep evolving over time, and you have the mindset. So I'm not worried about that. But some people can truly be and have even more of a successful life, let's say financially or freedom wise, to just content create for whether it be indefinitely or you do it for 10 years and you're like, I made bank, I want to chill. Are you so into that content creation mindset, which you're more into content creating than I am? I'm like, I just vlog what I do. Or is there a point where you're like, hey, I want to like start my own business? Because you did start one with Alpha Groom.
Oh yeah.
With Alpha Groom. So do you want to get into that business, that business mode, or either over content, or are you so focused on content? And can you talk about that starting a men's skincare company and like why it's not really?
I can explain all that.
Yeah.
So that I created that with he was a college dorm room neighbor.
Okay.
He's doing business school.
So Alpha Groom is a skincare company you started.
That I co-founded, co-owned.
Okay.
There's two of us. We own 50-50.
Lotions, face washes.
Face wash, lotion, toner, whatever.
Okay.
I started out of fear of the people telling me like, you better start something. Or I've heard people say that, like say in a vlog, you mentioned it, like, oh, I wanted to start something, or I don't know, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But like, I've just heard in the content creation world that you need to start a business.
Yeah.
You want to be successful when you're old, have to start a business. And I was like, and my buddy like hits me with this idea and I was like, sure, let's just do it. Fuck it. And like, yes, I'm very about washing my face and taking care of my skin and eating healthy so I don't break out. Like I don't eat dairy for like 7 years because of it. And
you don't drink milk?
No milk, no dairy. Like occasionally if I'm just like wanting a cheat meal.
You got weak bones, dude.
My bones gonna snap.
You need the calcium, bro.
But like for real, like I made it out of fear. It wasn't out of passion.
Right. And
that's why it's like done. And we're selling it. We're getting rid of it. You want to buy it? Let me know.
I have no interest in getting into that.
So like, I just don't have the interest in it. And like, it's a part of my bio because we're like trying to keep it for like the sellers. So there's still like some orders coming through every month and we don't want it to disappear. So I keep it in my bio. So there's still orders coming in. So if anyone wants to buy it.
But you don't talk about it anymore.
I don't talk about it because it wasn't, the ROI was not worth it. The amount of money that I would have had to put into it, because like I was the one that had the money to put into it. There's my friend, like, no offense, love you buddy, but like you didn't have the money to back this thing the way you need to back a company. Like you need 50K, I'm the one that has that.
Yeah.
You know, like how is that going to work? So, and I also have learned I don't want to go into business with people.
Yeah, it's
potentially for small amounts. Yeah, like
tricky.
if they're gonna handle all the bullshit and I'm just gonna be the face of it, that's different. Like how like Logan Paul and Prime, like he's not doing shit. He's just promoting.
I know his business partner.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I talked to Christian about that stuff.
Okay,
I don't know if you need to put that. We'll figure it out. And so pretty much like it wasn't out of passion, and therefore it showed that it wasn't out of passion. Right. I was doing it and I was just like, fuck this, dude. I don't care. Yeah, it's a decent product, but like I don't want to build this. I don't want to make it anything. It's not working right now, and I'm not putting up all my money because I'm trying to save my money for something else. So what I see myself doing in the future, will I have a business? I'm sure, of some sort, whether it's a store, coffee shop. I always see myself having a coffee shop. What are you like really into? Fucking love coffee, bro.
Love coffee? So with the skincare, like basically what it was is like you owned this company, or you're part owner of this company. Well, I'll just refer to you as the owner, but you were the face of it, right? But like you almost felt like you would only promote it as if it's like a random, like, oh fuck, I gotta promote this skincare again.
Yeah, it was a hassle.
It was like a brand deal you're doing really fast. It wasn't like, this is like, I love this. Whereas like maybe with like my Ever Forward, like Sour Chefs, I'm like, I live it.
That's
I live
why
and breathe
works,
it.
though. Like why am I successful on YouTube? Because I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Like if I was the way I was about Alpha Groom, not to like shoot down my own company right now, but like just it is what it is. It's the truth. It's the fucking truth. Good. If I was like that with YouTube, I would suck. I probably wouldn't be doing well. So it's like, what it taught me is that if you don't love it and you don't actually care to bring this into the world, to whether it's help people taste good, whatever it might be, then don't do it. You know, like don't be like, I guess it's a good idea. Like for me, something I'd be so passionate for would be like maybe coffee, but like it's a maybe right now. So like because I'll be honest, the only fucking thing I care about right now, besides like family, friends, girlfriend, and like coworkers and stuff, is YouTube.
Yeah,
bro, you took away YouTube, I would be fucked in the head.
Entrepreneurship and like owning your own business is just like, I think it's like Gary Vee that says it's like sexy to be an entrepreneur. It's like it's cool to be.
It's hard.
It's cool. I was saying it's cool to be like, I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah, I'm my own business. Yeah, people throw around the term of CEO when they're like the only employee of their company. I'm like, you're not. You're just the owner. You're not the CEO,
and
right?
I'm like the opposite of that. Like I'm someone that like I don't want to call myself a CEO. I'm like it's almost like cringy. I'm like, there's two of us.
But it's good to show people that like just because, you know, people tell you have to do something, you're like, this isn't at my point in my life, the passion or the route that I want to go. And the opportunity will always be there. And what a lot of people don't also realize is, hey, why don't I put my efforts into the thing that's making me a lot of money, that is my passion, that I love doing, that I think I can continue to not only grow it, which is with my interest, and grow it within the financial success of it. And why don't I keep maximizing it while I'm on this wave I'm riding, make as much money as much money as possible, while being the happiest I can be, while providing the most quality entertainment to people. And then when my mindset shifts, I go to the next thing.
It's exactly what I feel like I will do. You know, I truly think that when you're in a direction and you put all of your effort into it, like for me, it was lacrosse for a while. Like I missed every homecoming dance, every prom, fucking any night out. I didn't do anything social for like 5 years because I was trying to get recruited, and like dedicated my entire life to that. Every second was that. But that's why I was good. Like, well, you take that away, you put it into YouTube, same scenario. Like I choose to not do other stuff because I want to do this one thing.
People think that they look at a lot of people who maybe own a bunch of companies, do a whole lot of things. They think there's like this superhuman, but to be honest, like you really only can put the passions into the things that you have that actual passion for. For example, with me, you know, I do YouTube, I do social media, I have Everforward clothing, and I have Sour Strips. When I started Sour Strips, it took so much of my attention, and YouTube is still so much of a focus that Everforward has fallen from the height that it was at over the past 2 years. And I try to always like look at like, oh, it's because of COVID. It's because of the manufacturing delays. It's because I didn't hire a team. I'm like, no, it's because my passion has shifted. It's not that I'm not passionate about it, but I understand that the percentage that it's fallen, which is a good amount, is the exact energy levels that I've given to somewhere else.
Exactly.
So it's like, and now you see it. And I think people think you need to, when you start one thing, you have to be with it forever, or you have to do a million different things to either be perceived as successful or do like crushing it, or to be like, that's what everyone should do. And like, you're a great example of someone who's like, I haven't seen someone who's so like into YouTube videos. I love making videos, but I think you love making videos even more than I do.
Yeah.
And you're young and you're ambitious and you're making a fuck ton of money, man.
Yeah.
And you're not, and I don't see a Cartier on you, bro. I don't see a single thing. And you know, at some point,
Amazon earring, baby.
There you go, dude. The dangly cross, bro.
Yeah.
And at some point when you get those things and you treat yourself, and you're gonna be even prouder of those moments, because you're gonna be like, dude, I worked fucking hard for this.
Yeah.
It's not like I can afford this. Fuck it. It's like, bro, like this represents.
Bro, it like hurts like to like the only things that I bought are for other people. I mean, family and girlfriend. So I bought Claudia. I combined Cartier and Claudia. I bought Claudia that
what did you buy her?
The love bracelet is like $7,000.
Woo!
But like for me, I'm like, you know, like she wanted it so badly, and not from me.
Yeah.
She wanted it forever, but she was just like, I don't see the means of buying it myself. Like not asking me at all. Like,
and it seems I don't want to dive super into the relationship, but it seems because I'm sure she's making great money. She also, when you're like, it's almost like it's so expensive. Like she has the same mindset, morals of whether it be like money and like the lifestyle that you do. And it's cool to see
She's
you
very simple
with someone that has that same, like, we can afford it, but we don't really need it. Like, is it gonna improve my life a lot?
And especially because the way she grew up, you know, like she will tell you, like she came from nothing and now has something. So like she spends her money on things that she wants, but like
her cat.
If it's fucking, she loves cats. She got a second one. Got to deal with now Murphy.
That's too many.
We got Posey and Murphy. All right, too many. It's all right, but like, you know, she's a very simple girl, and like for me, I love making family and friends. I'll categorize her as family now, and I love making them the happiest that they can be. Like I bought my dad a motorcycle. Like
that's dope.
I was like, my mom, I always wanted to do it. Like my goal from starting, I was like, I want to buy my parents a house one day. I want to buy my mom a car or something. And cause I saw you bought your sister a car.
Yeah.
I saw that shit and I was like, that's the motivation. That's like what it's about. Like, I don't give a fuck about what the hell I'm driving. Like, I just want to I just feel like that's something like they will never forget. Like my dad, like John has never cried. All right. And he literally was like, you're about to make me cry. And me and my mom were like, what? You're about to cry? Like, no way. Like, not like that was my goal, but like,
Yeah.
I literally, like, I went to the bank, had $12K in my pocket, and when he went there, I was filming this. You could overlay it, and I just
Overlay that us.
Yeah, I pull out the $12K when he's about to buy it. He has no idea, and I'm just like, Dad, you taught me how to work hard. Like I told you earlier, the relentless mindset. I was like, you have instilled me to make the money I make. Take this, and he was like, what? No. And I was like, just buy the bike right now. Buy the bike. It's $12K. Take it. So like that was like such a special moment. And then I bought Claudia that bracelet, and she was just like, holy fuck. Like, Are you kidding? Like, you literally just spent because she knew she was getting a gift, and I made a whole video about it. But she would never guess that I was going to drop $7K on it, because she knows how I am with my money. But I was like, it's not for me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like my sister, I helped her out with some money because her car got fucking stolen. And I was like, you need here, boom.
Yeah.
But like for me, like I don't think I'll ever do it. I don't know. Maybe one day.
It's dope. It's not a. So something that we're getting super long here, but it's cool to talk about money and finances and people's mindset on stuff. But something that I always thought is because I had this, like, I'm not the flaunty guy. I'm good with my money. Like, I don't need all these fancy things. When the point came when I was like, you know what, I think I want to treat myself to something. Like, I've worked hard. I want to get it. I bought this like Cartier Juste en Clou nail bracelet.
I was watching. Don't worry, I know.
I bought it for my 29th birthday. I bought it for myself. And I was like super proud, because I was like, this isn't like a flex. This is like, I worked hard and I can afford this, and I bought it. And like, when I look at it, it represents like the work that I put in, as little as it is, like as much as you don't need that kind of stuff. But I always thought, I was like, I can never buy anything for myself, because then people are going to look at me different. I can't buy anything, even if I want it, because people are gonna look at me different. I can't. You have the Subaru. You're like, man, I really want this new Range Rover. It's like pretty cool. I can afford it. Like, I really like it. But like, I can't buy it because people are gonna look at me different.
It's less relatable. Mm-hmm. And it's a sad truth, but it is true to a point. You know, like, supporters are always gonna support, but there is a percentage of a crowd that's gonna think a little differently when you're flashing it.
But that's where the true audience comes in.
Yeah.
With YouTube,
you can delete people real quick, honestly.
You want to be relatable, but you don't want to be too relatable, but you don't want to be too unrelatable, because then you're not relatable. You know, it's this whirlwind. Right. But man, what's next for you? I mean, like, I know you're still crushing it on the YouTube. It's dope to see, because what you do is not something that I could do. I don't have the same.
You could.
I was doing cardio yesterday when I saw you running around talking to, like, going up to the girls. I don't know what you were interviewing with yesterday, but I was watching, like, and it was just very organic and natural.
Yeah.
It's cool to see.
Hell yeah.
What's next for you?
Next up, I mean, I got like some big videos in the work. I got to keep a few. I mostly, the only reason I would tell you guys, but like,
can you give like any, like, one little secret cool thing you're doing in the future that you haven't told anyone about? Give it to the Potter, dude. This isn't coming out for like 3 more weeks.
Okay. 3 more weeks. We'll probably already have filmed it. Okay.
Like, I'm gonna be on the moon.
On the moon. Let's just say I'm going to look different for a week.
Okay.
And it's going to be a very different experience that is going to be very interesting.
Okay.
And we're going to see how people react.
All right. Now
I don't know if that's enough, but
can you give one? What is the dream video that you want to create one day?
Ooh, Training with the Rock.
Training with the Rock.
It's going to happen. It will happen one day.
As someone who have seen manifest of, like, when people ask, when someone asked me, it's like, do you think you're gonna get here? I was like, dude, I don't know. I don't know how the fuck I got here. If you're like, dude, I knew I was gonna make it. Yeah. And it's not a cocky mindset. It's just like I
just believe, man.
You manifested it.
Yeah.
And you went after it. And it's super cool and it's super inspiring to hear. And I hope a lot of people who are listening and watching, who maybe have just watched your challenge content, some of your vlog stuff, they see a different side of you. I think talking about
this is like the first like one in a while, not to cut you off, but that like I only did like one of the podcasts like 2 years ago, but I have never really, I've never said half the shit that I've said. Like money, never talked about.
Well, it's cool.
Ever.
And money is a very touchy subject.
Yeah.
And
thank you for bringing that out of me.
I like to pull it out of people, because not only it's interesting for me to do, and as you get older, it's just like, I'm interested to hear that. And I think a lot of people, it puts it in perspective, and not of like, I'm flexing or whatever. People know you're doing well.
Yeah.
People know, but like I think it's cool to talk about and to see how humble you are with the kind of money you're making. Because if I was 22, bro, and I was making 50, 60, 70K a month, I'd be buying fucking Lambos, bro.
Yeah, going to the club.
Oh man, I'd be like, I'd be like, Clase Azul, 1,500. Give me 6 of them bitches. You
Bro,
know?
one time I went to it was with Joey, my film. We were in Miami, and we're going. It was our last night out. Whenever it's like our last night of the trip, we always like go out
To a club?
Club bar.
Did you spend some dumb money at a club?
I accidentally ordered Joey, what was it? 1942. Like
$1,500, probably, right?
No. It wasn't a whole bottle. No.
Oh.
It was just like 3 shots, and I was like, oh, this is about to be like $60, and it was like $200, and I was like, fuck. I was like, damn. I was trying to be nice to everybody, like, I got you guys.
So you've never like balled out at a club?
No.
Never.
Not with my money.
Not with my.
I went to 11
Yeah?
in Miami. Claudia knows about this too. It's hilarious. And this dude,
Great club, by the way.
yes, we were at this dude, this multi-millionaire. I honestly forget his name. We went to the Bryce Hall fight, and then I met up with some friends. He introduced me to them. He took us. We're like driving a sick Mercedes to the club. We get there. He just walks up to the bouncer, hands him like 5 racks, 5K, and he's just like, let us in. We just go in, and he goes, and then hands another like 3K table. Boom, table bought. We're in. All right. We just cut like a 100-person line. He hands me and all my friends $1,000. And they're strippers there.
Yeah, it's a strip club.
It's a strip club.
Yeah.
And I've never been to a strip club. And I was like, holy shit, this is insane. So we're just like,
That was your first time you saw a boob,
sending
dude.
it. And I was like, boobies. Right before I met Claudia. It was great.
You know, boobies, that's going in the intro, dude. I'm like, what motivates you the most in life? Boobies.
Boobies.
And you know, it's something we'll leave people with is when you start making really good money, like people look like the money you're making is insane. But when you start meeting people that are making real money, you're like, I'm making pennies.
Yeah.
And it pushes you because you're like,
Yeah.
they don't get any views on their YouTube channel.
Bro, you know what it is? It's like the people that make them like the most money are like, it's not social media. It's something else. It's bigger, you know? But until then, you know,
You're like,
we'll get there.
You're like, wait, how many viral videos have you have?
They're like, how many million views do you get a month? They're
Like, I got
what do you mean?
7 Instagram followers.
He did. He was
Wild, bro.
multimillionaire.
It's different levels, man.
Is
Is that thunder?
Holy
Damn,
shit.
dude, the gods are like, that was the sickest episode in the world. But all right, dude, we're gonna leave it at that. Anything you want to plug? Obviously, your YouTube channel will be down in the description.
Subscribe to me and just watch the fucking videos. That's all I want, you know?
Just watch the videos, dude.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Fucking turn them on.
Fucking turn them on, dude. If you're listening on any of the podcast streaming platforms, leave a review or whatever you do. You should be watching it on YouTube.
Yes.
This is
we have to say stay relentless together on 3.
Okay.
And that'll be the very end of it. So
All
if
right,
you have anything else, say it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Eat more sour strips. Ever forward and
Stay
relentless.
Peace. That was sick, man.
You know, yours might be the longest.
How
video.
long was that?
That was
Like, yeah. Well,
Wow.
You have the longest Potter.
That's fucking long, but that was really good, man.
That was great. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you could smash the thumbs up button, it really helps the channel out. And don't forget to check out the link down in the description for our sponsor today, Blue Mon. I've been using all of their hair care products for many years. I love them. I know you will too. Check them out. Peace.